Another long one for the Lancaster Barnstormers last night, falling 13-8, a game they once led 6-3. And this afternoon, the Barnstormers have the guy I like to refer to as Tim Allen, last man standing. Andra Chatora, the one guy signed by the Barnstormers this year as a starting pitcher before the season got underway, who is still around in a Barnstormers uniform. Good afternoon, everyone. A special matinee game as the Lancaster Barnstormers take on the Lexington Legends in the second game of a three-game series. For the Barnstormers today, it will be Caleb Gindel leading off and playing right field. The second baseman batting number 2 will be Melvin Mercedes. Blake Galen is batting third and playing first base. Alejandro Deaza is the designated hitter in the cleanup slot. Ladarius Clark is the center fielder batting fifth. Blake Alamond is at shortstop. He is batting sixth. Nick Shumpert is the third baseman hitting seventh. Anthony Peroni is doing the catching. He is batting eighth. Devon Torrance will make the start in left field, and he will bat ninth. Chatora on the hill for the Barnstormers, 3-1 with a 6.57 ERA. He's making his sixth start for the Barnstormers this year. The Lexington Legends have taken the field on this special Kids Day here at Lexington Legends Ballpark. The idea is to get the kids wet and splash them, but it's not warm enough for that today. It's only in the 60s once again here in Lexington, Kentucky. Right now we'll send you down to the field and our national anthem.
And current University of Kentucky student, William Boyd.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's nice gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and rockets regular, bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the lands of the free and the home of the brave.
It is a lovely afternoon, albeit somewhat chilly, here at Lexington Legends Ballpark. The Lancaster Barnstormers taking on the Lexington Legends in the middle game of the three-game series. For the Legends today, Cole Sturgeon will once again lead off. He will be in center field. The right fielder batting number 2 is Tillman Pugh. At third base batting third, DJ Peterson. Courtney Hawkins is the left fielder batting cleanup. Keon Barnum will bat fifth and play first base. The catcher hitting sixth is Jordan Pacheco. Roberto Baldequin will be at shortstop today. He is in the 7th slot in the batting order. Chris Fernacci batting eighth, playing second base, and Ben Aklinski is the designated hitter in the number 9 slot for P.J. Phillips and his ball club this afternoon. On the hill is newly acquired right-hander J.J. Hoover, who's a native of the Pittsburgh area. He went to college in Alabama and then was drafted by Atlanta in 2008, the 10th round. He ended up in the major leagues for 5 seasons with the Cincinnati Reds, a little bit with Arizona and Milwaukee toward the tail end of his career. He was 19-21 in 290 major league appearances. Last year, Hoover pitched at Fresno, which was the AAA affiliate of the Washington Nationals. By last year, I guess I mean 2019. He was 6-6 with Fresno. His ERA soared to 8.47. He had allowed 127 hits in 95 and 2/3 innings. Another former Cincinnati Red signed to play here in Lexington, which is not terribly far from Cincinnati. It is just down Interstate 75 from the Queen City. Caleb Gindel, Melvin Mercedes, and Blake Galen scheduled against Hoover in the top half of the first inning. Gindel led off with a home run last night on a 3-2 pitch against another guy with major league time in Henry Owens. Now here is Gindel batting .305 for the season. He has hit 6 home runs, and he has driven in 17. 13-8, Lexington won last night. And Gindel goes after the first pitch. Hits a high drive deep to right field. Way back it goes, and he's done it again. The wall's not containing it. Caleb Gindel, for the second consecutive game, leads off with a home run to straightaway right. The Barnstormers get a 1-0 lead on the very first pitch thrown by J.J. Hoover here in the Atlantic League. Gindel has now homered 3 games in a row. That's his 7th of the campaign. Here is the switch-hitting second baseman, Melvin Mercedes, who checks into today, batting .378. Melvin with 1 home run, and he has driven in 13 on the campaign. Defense set straight away in the outfield against Mercedes. The infield plays him slightly to pull. First pitch, a called strike. It is 0-1. DJ Peterson is the third baseman. The shortstop is Roberto Baldequin. Chris Fornacci at second, and Keon Barnum is at first base. Here's the next offering. It is onto the outside corner, a second strike to Mercedes. Courtney Hawkins in left, Cole Sturgeon in center, Tillman Pugh again in right field. And today, Jordan Pacheco is handling the pitchers for the Legends. No balls, 2 strikes. And to Melvin Mercedes, he looks at a ball just up. It is 1-2. Mercedes, a base runner 3 times last night, 2 walks and a single. He has reached base in all but one of his starts so far this year. The pitch, and Melvin hits a fly ball to center field. Backing up on it is Sturgeon, a little toward left center by the end. He makes the catch. Mercedes is retired. We have 1 out. Blake Galen, the Barnstormers' first baseman, checking in. Galen at .233 with a home run and 16 driven in. His ERA got destroyed last night. He gave up a run in the 8th inning. First time he's given up a run, or an earned run at least. Wind today is blowing out toward left. Completely the reverse of last night. It's 318 down the left field line in Lexington. 401 to straightaway center, 320 to right. Here's the pitch to Galen. A breaking ball cuts across the inside corner. It is 0-1 to Blake. Galen was 1 for 2 last night. He walked 3 times, and he singled. 0-1 from J.J. Hoover. The next pitch, well outside for a ball, 1-1. Alejandro De Aza, the designated hitter, is on deck. The Barnstormers are a little bit more right-handed today than they would be ordinarily. Fastball outside, 2-1 on Galen. They've got Ladarius Clark in there. They've got Nick Shumpert in there, Anthony Peroni. So 3 right-handed batters in the lineup. Galen with a drive deep down the right field line. Will that one stay fair? And that is a foul ball off the bat of Blake Galen. We go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. He hooked it too much. It faded in front of the pole. Ended up out of play down the right field line. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count to Galen. Hoover into the motion. And to Blake, a swing and a foul ball back. We will continue with a count of 2-2. Only about 3 weeks left before Blake Galen and Jared Lakin get ready to head across to Japan for the Olympics. Of course, there's that series of exhibition games throughout the northeastern United States, including the game at Clipper Magazine Stadium on Saturday, July 17th. Team Israel will be taking on the Susquehanna Valley Stars. There are also games scheduled for Harrisburg, Rockland, Long Island, 2-2 again to Galen. The breaking ball, he swings and misses. So after barely missing a home run down the right field line, Galen strikes out. 2 are away. And Alejandro De Aza, the designated hitter, will step in. De Aza is hitting .327 with 3 doubles, 5 runs batted in. Left-handed batter all the way, the affable 37-year-old native of the Dominican Republic. Who just seems to enjoy every day that he turns off the alarm clock, gets up, and gets to put a baseball jersey on. Ball 1 is low, 1-0. The count on De Aza. Alejandro was 0 for 4 here last night, dropping his average 26 points. Hoover comes back, and De Aza takes a strike. It is 1-1. These two would have faced off at some point at the major league level during all of their assorted travels through various clubs. Inside and low on De Aza, 2-1. Ladarius Clark, the Barnstormers center fielder, waits on deck. 2 outs, nobody on, but a run home. De Aza dribbles a foul, and we go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Caleb Gindel also would have faced Hoover, one would think, at the major league level because they were in the same division. Gindel with the Brewers, Hoover with the Reds at the same time. 2 balls, 2 strikes to De Aza. The pitch is lifted behind shortstop. Baldequin goes back on it, still retreating, but makes the catch. So after the leadoff home run, the Barnstormers can get nothing else accomplished in this first inning. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. Gindel has opened the ball game with a home run for the 2nd consecutive day here at Lexington. And at the end of 1/2 an inning, it is the Lancaster Barnstormers 1 and the Lexington Legends coming up.
New to Clipper Magazine Stadium in 2021 is Otto's Hospitality. Otto's is totally committed to the fan experience, from quality to convenience to safety. And they are committed to Lancaster, using local food purveyors whenever possible. New menu items like homemade Brauhaus pretzels, Black Angus burgers, and Otto's meatballs are sure to make any Barnstormers game even more fun. Use self-ordering kiosks or your phone instead of waiting in the lines. That's Otto's Hospitality.
Pennsylvanians are creating their own soundtrack. Thanks to PA Lottery Scratch-Offs, excitement's back. Pennies, nickels, dimes, or quarters, no matter your choice, scratching's always in order. With big top prizes and second chance drawings, thrills await. They're out there calling. If it's excitement you seek and you're looking for action, play the PA Lottery. And keep on scratching. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
For the Barnstormers here today, Andrew Chatora is on the hill, 6-footer from Louisiana originally, lives now in Tennessee. 27 years of age, former 7th-round draft pick of the Minnesota Twins. He's making his 6th start of the year. Chatora has covered 24 2/3 innings. He's allowed 23 hits, 18 earned runs. He's walked 23. And he has struck out 24. Backing him up defensively, Nick Schumpert gets the start today at third base. Blake Alamund shifts over to shortstop. Melvin Mercedes is at second. Blake Galen again in the lineup at first base. Devon Torrance is in left. Ladarius Clark is the center fielder. And Caleb Gindel is stationed in right. The catcher today is the junior member of the catching tandem. It is Anthony Peroni, spelling Anderson De La Rosa, who caught just shy of 200 pitches in the contest last night. Leading off will be Cole Sturgeon, the center fielder. Sturgeon homered off of Blake Galen last night in the 8th inning for the 13th and final run. But again, it was the middle innings that got to the Barnstormers. Over the last 2 games, the Barnstormers have given up 21 runs between the 5th and the 6th inning. And that obviously is untenable. You can't live like that. There's a called strike in on Sturgeon from Chatora. It is 0-1. Sturgeon, a .250 hitter with 4 home runs. He has driven in 8 on the campaign. Andrew Chatora comes back, and the ball is smashed past the third baseman Schumpert, who was playing up. A base hit the left. Sturgeon aboard with Tillman Pugh, the right fielder, to step in. Pugh is batting .328. He has 3 homers. He's driven in 15. A lot of veterans in this lineup for the Lexington Legends. They've got a major league coaching staff. P.J. Phillips, not so much, but Dave Island and Ben Revere are the pitching and hitting coach, respectively. P.J. Phillips, the younger brother of many-time All-Star Brandon Phillips. Pickoff throw to first base. Sturgeon is back. Chatora has a very good right-hander's move. Lancaster with the early lead once again. Caleb Gindel for the second consecutive game here, leading off with a home run. He also homered on Sunday at Long Island in the 9th inning. Here's the set, the pitch. Chatora locates the range and gets ahead of Pugh at no balls and a strike. DJ Peterson is on deck. Courtney Hawkins after him. No balls, 1 strike. Pickoff throw to first again, and once again, back in is Sturgeon. Dean Ashcraft is calling balls and strikes today, or signaling balls and strikes more appropriately. The first base umpire, Darnell Ray. Christopher Wood is over at third. Just the natural umpire rotation, clockwise from a night ago. No balls, 1 strike. Chatora will focus now on the hitter. A broken bat pop-up that'll be handled by the second baseman, Mercedes. Tillman Pugh has his bat split apart on the offering from Chatora. Pieces of the bat ended up in the infield. Bat Boys collecting the shards. Nick Schumpert helping out. There was the option that Mercedes had there to let that ball drop in front of him. But then sometimes crazy things happen. You're better off catching it on the fly. DJ Peterson now in. He was 2 for 3 with 3 runs batted in. 2 doubles, 2 walks last night. Chatora peers over his shoulder towards Sturgeon. He's going to throw there again. And again, Sturgeon, who doesn't take that huge of a lead, is able to get back in. Peterson, with the game he had last night, boosting his average to .290. He has 8 doubles now on the year, a triple, a couple of home runs, and he's driven in 13. Chatora to the plate, and that is lifted toward left center field, sinking in a hurry. On comes Devon Torrance. He will make the grab. Back to first goes Sturgeon. 2 outs and a runner aboard with Courtney Hawkins stepping in. He is their home run leader with 7, tied with Gindel of the Barnstormers at 7. Hawkins last night was 1 out of 3. His 7 home runs on the year. He has driven in 20, hitting .275. Throw to first, diving back in. Once again is Sturgeon. Chatora is trying to wear out the base runner, or vice versa. Again, he's not out to a terrific lead. There's not a lot of space to get him, but Chatora is really working on keeping him close. A swing and a miss by Hawkins. No balls and a strike. We have a chance. I shouldn't jinx this, but we have a chance of getting through an inning without a walk. We have a shot. No balls and 1 strike. Another throw to first. Back in is Sturgeon. Last night, the 3rd batter of the game, Blake Galen, picked up a base on balls. And we saw a total of 22 walks here last night. 0-1. Chatora will work to Hawkins, swinging a foul at the plate. Andro is ahead at no balls and 2 strikes. Barnstormers with the early lead on the Gindel home run. This one didn't travel quite as far as the one did last night, but he hit it into the wind. Last night he had a bit of a wind behind it. This one hit off the tent above the party deck in right field, which really hasn't been used the 2 games of this series. Today's a camp day. As you can hear, they've got a lot of kids at the ballpark. No balls, 2 strikes to Hawkins. Chatora comes set and misses badly high with a fastball. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Working with Anthony Peroni, I said the junior member of the catching tandem, because while the Barnstormers have 3 catchers, Robert Rosado being the third, only 2 have actually seen game action. Hawkins awaits the 1-2. Sturgeon leads from first base, and at the very last possible second, Hawkins gets a timeout. Steps away for a very brief respite. Now the slugging Lexington left fielder. I'm tempted to say Sugarland all the time because I still associate Hawkins with the Skeeters. But the Lexington left fielder back in. Chatora's 1-2 pitch is sent high and far, but very foul down the left field line. Curling out of play. Hawkins will continue to bat at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Keon Barnum, who hit the longest of the home runs last night, waits on deck. Couldn't even tell where that came down, but he cleared the party deck. It went just about straight over the flag on top of the party deck. 1-2. Due to Hawkins, Chatora will deliver a check swing punch foul. It landed on the field of play. First base coach, whom I cannot identify because of the jacket, sprints after it. Still 1-2 to Hawkins, who's not making this any easier for Andre Chatora. The product of Southeast Louisiana. He was a big star there with Chatora. With the 1-2 pitch, runs Hawkins out of there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sturgeon at first with 2 retired. Bottom half of inning number 1. Tomorrow night we will wrap up this series and head home finally to Clipper Magazine Stadium. Yet another throw to first base. Chatora is working on Sturgeon just to try and keep him hugging the bag. There really hasn't been much of a chance to pick Sturgeon off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And to Hawkins. He gets jammed, hits a chopper toward third. Tough play, Shumpert, barehanded pick, but his throw yanks Galen off the bag. Should be an infield base hit, and Keon Barnum will bat with runners at first and second, and 2 outs. Shumpert made a terrific barehanded pickup there. Hawkins is not a slow man. He's a big guy, but he's not slow. And that was a really tough play. Now it is Barnum, hitting .254 with 4 homers, and he has driven in 12. So a clean base hit given up by Chatora, as well as that little bleeder up the third baseline. 2 outs and 2 on, and to Barnum, a swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. Talked at length last night about how Barnum was a big star for Butch Hobson in Chicago 2 years ago with 31 home runs. And he has the kind of power that doesn't need the short porch at Clipper Magazine Stadium. No balls and a strike from Chatora. The pitch fades off the outside corner, make it 1-1. Chatora, a sinker slider type pitcher. Not overpowering. He will get strikeouts because of the movement. And his game is to keep the ball down around the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs and 2 on here. Bottom of inning 1. Here's the Chatora pitch, and that is off the outside corner as well, 2-1. So I may have jinxed this after all. 2 balls, 1 strike. The offering to Barnum, cued past the mound. Charging the play is the shortstop Alamond. His throw scooped up on the back end by Blake Galen, who saves it. That will end the inning. Chatora is through it. No runs, 2 hits with no errors, 2 runners left on base. We are through an inning here in Lexington. The Barnstormers retain the lead. Lancaster 1 and Lexington nothing.
Bummer, the Barnstormers are on the road and you're looking for something to do. Clipper Magazine Stadium still has the answer for family fun. The summer movie series returns, presented by Lidl Supermarkets on selected nights throughout the summer season. Bring the kids out to the ballpark for family-friendly movies. For just $6.50 per person, you get to sit on the outfield grass and enjoy a film on the big screen in left center field. Showtime is 7 p.m. For more information and movie listings, go to LancasterBarnstormers.com and click on the events page.
There are those who say,
leave well enough alone.
If it isn't broken, don't fix it.
You don't mess with success.
while others have something quite different to say. The Lexus RX, with enhanced dynamic handling and available 12.3-inch touchscreen. It's the best-selling luxury crossover of all time, reinvented. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg or Lancaster County.
Ladarius Clark, Blake Allemond, and Nick Shumpert are the scheduled Barnstormers to step in the top of the second inning against J.J. Hoover. Lancaster owns the 1-0 lead. Caleb Gindel with the home run off of J.J. Hoover. Now, Hoover was a Cincinnati Red. Gindel hit 3 of his 5 homers in the big leagues off of Cincinnati pitching, but not one against Hoover. He hit 2 against Bronson Arroyo. He seemed to have Arroyo's number. He also connected against the Cubs and the Miami Marlins, and the one that's the most memorable was the home run against the Marlins because it was a walk-off shot. Here's the motion. The pitch to Ladarius is low. Ball 1, no strikes. Clark is batting .250. He has 5 home runs, and he has just fallen out of the club RBI lead at 17. Gindel with that home run, knocking in his 18th of the year. Ball 2 is outside and low. 2-0 to Clark. Lancaster trying to build upon the 1-0 lead for Andro Chatora. Hoover turns, brings it home, and snaps the breaking ball to the inner edge. 2-1, the count to Clark, getting the opportunity to start in center field today. He's got the speed and the power. Contact at times in his career, and we've seen it this season, can be an issue. He'll go in droughts where he has a hard time making contact. The ball really is lively off of Clark's bat. Here's the 3-1 to him, a swing and a miss. Huge rip there. Now the count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Clark didn't play in last night's game. Devon Torrance utilized as the one pinch hitter last night. High fly ball foul down the right field side. A little late getting around on it was Clark. 3 balls and 2 strikes, the continuing count. Clark against J.J. Hoover, opening up the second inning. Caleb Gindel led off the ball game. First pitch, home run, up onto the 10 out in right field. Scoreless since that time, 3-2. Clark drives another foul, and he'll force this at bat to pitch number 8. A 1-0 Lancaster lead. Top half of the second inning. Chatora needed 16 pitches to get through the first inning. Ross would love to see him work 6 or 7 today. 3-2 pitch. Clark hits this tremendously high out toward right center field. Sturgeon, with the shades on, is there to make the catch. Fourth straight out for J.J. Hoover. 3 of them have been in the air. Clark got under that one. It's the direction where he loves to hit the ball. He's got great power from right center to center. But this one had too much air underneath. Blake Alleman steps in, batting .284 with 6 home runs. He's knocked in 12. Blake waits back on that, still pulls it foul up the first baseline past Anderson De La Rosa, who's seeing much easier duty out there today. 1 strike, the count on Alleman. Shumpert waits on deck. To Alleman, foul ball up toward the Sweets over on the third base side. There are a lot of them in Lexington. The press box is also at suite level. But there are about as many suites here as we have at Clipper Magazine Stadium. No balls, 2 strikes. And Alleman takes a rip and fouls another, this time back into the screen. And we've had 3 foul balls of entirely different varieties. 1 right back into the net, 1 up the first base line, and 1 up to the Sweets. And now another ball hit a mile into the air. It's near the pitcher's mound and dropped by the first baseman, Barnum, coming in. Alleman safe at first, given life. And Nick Shumpert will step in, trying to make the Legends pay for that mistake. It's a high sky this afternoon. No clouds immediately overhead, anywhere near immediately overhead. There are a few wispy clouds beyond the right field wall, and that will occasionally happen in daytime games. The Barnstormers, everything they've hit, including really the Gindel home run, has been hit tremendously high. Now to Shumpert upstairs for a ball, 1-0. And sometimes when those balls are hit in the infield where everybody congregates around, they get fumbled. Alleman reaches on the muff. Shumpert squares around to bunt, almost offered at that, pulled back in the nick of time, and has a 2-ball, no-strike count. 1 out. Alleman the base runner after Shumpert would be the catcher today, Anthony Peroni. Devon Torrance batting 9th for the Barnstormers this afternoon. 2 balls and nothing. It is high. Shumpert works at 3-0. First time that Hoover has had to operate from the stretch in this game. The only other Barnstormers base runner was the home run. 3-0. Alleman has 3 stolen bases in 3 tries. Not going here. Shumpert takes a strike to the inside corner. We go to 3-1. Daytime baseball from Lexington, Kentucky. Back here tomorrow for a 7:05 game, and then the Barnstormers will hustle home a 9-hour overnight trip. Expect the team to get back around 8:30 on Friday morning to open up a 3-game series against West Virginia. Friday night at 6:30. Scouts sleep overnight. You might find me pitching a tent in the outfield on Friday night, too. Might not even be able to make it back to the hotel. 1 out, 1 on. 3 balls and a strike to Shumpert. Hoover is ready to go. Out in front in the stretch position. Breaking ball, back for strike 2. Filling out the count on the Lancaster third baseman. Shumpert is hit much better against right-handed pitching. He's hitless against the lefties. 3-2 to him. He swings and misses here. And that may very well have been ball 4. Shumpert potentially helping out J.J. Hoover, second out of the inning. And Anthony Peroni, the catcher, will come to the plate. Peroni is batting .238 for the season with 1 very big home run and 5 runs batted in. the younger of the two catchers, and also by a couple of inches, the shorter of the two catchers. Native of the Trenton, New Jersey area, Anthony Peroni. Hoover works out of the stretch, deals a fastball. It is there. A strike taken by Peroni, batting from the right side of the plate. Switch hitting Devon Torrance waits on deck. 2 outs. Alamond has not even made any indication that he's going to run at some point here. Breaking ball up and into Peroni. It is 1-1. And you don't want to have him run here either. If he gets thrown out, then you've got Peroni instead of Torrance leading off the next inning, and you'd rather have Torrance leading off the third if you have those druthers. Throw to first, back in is Alleman. Jordan Pacheco doing the catching today. The Barnstormers last night were 2 for 2 stealing bases. For the year, 34 out of 39. That's a great success ratio. Breaking ball gets the top of the zone again. And to Peroni, it is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hoover has that top inside corner down to these right-handed batters. It's where he got Shumpert. Now Peroni takes a breaking pitch outside and low. We work the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Alleman still at first base, held by Barnum. Two one-time Chicago Dogs, though in separate seasons. 2-2, the runner does go. The throw by Pacheco is mishandled by the second baseman Fornacci. Alleman gets in with the stolen bases, 4th. That somewhat surprises me. Now Peroni is up there at 3-2 and can drive in a second run with a base hit. Full count due to the Lancaster receiver. Former Washington farmhand is Peroni. 3-2 pitch hit in the air down the right field line, giving chase back toward the corner is Pugh, and that fades foul. Peroni bidding for extra bases down the right field line. Couldn't keep it between the chalk lines. And he will come back and once again see a 3-ball, 2-strike offering from J.J. Hoover, who's getting a workout here in the second inning, despite the fact he's facing only his 4th batter. He's about to throw his 25th pitch. 3-2 with 2 outs. Alleman, the runner at second, to Peroni. Foul ball back to the screen. And we will do it all again. Clark was up there for a while. Alleman, some 2-strike foul balls. Shumpert battled to 3-2 before striking out. Peroni with a full count. Devon Torrance, who likes to draw some walks, waits on deck. Alleman off second, 3-2. Peroni lets it go, and he gets the walk. Torrance will get the chance to bat here in the second inning. Devon hitting .351 with 8 runs batted in. First walk of the game today, and one that does not hurt Hoover. He will contend with Torrance here. Devon struck out as a pinch hitter last night. The offering is a fastball that runs outside, ball 1-0. We'll see how stretched out Hoover is as we go through the next couple of innings. But his pitch total already in the 40s, 1-0. Torrance lets that go, gets the back foot out of the way, and has a 2-ball and no strike count. Lancaster 1, Lexington 0. Two balls, no strikes. Torrance with a line drive cleanly into right field for a base hit. Being waved around is Alleman. The throw in from Pugh bounces away from Pacheco up the third base line, and that enables Peroni to head to third, and Torrance to get the second. The Barnstormers take a 2-0 lead. An unearned marker coming across. Alamund reached on the error. Devon Torrance picks up his 9th run batted in of the season. Caleb Gindel batting now with runners at second and third. And 2 outs here in the second inning. The walk to Peroni kept it alive. And we have a mound visit from Dave Island. The first timeout being used by the Lexington Legends. They don't have anybody throwing in the bullpen. Torrance, an RBI single into right field. Pugh has a very good arm. That throw was on line, and the Legends had a chance at nabbing Alamund. But Pacheco may have tried to sweep the tag a little too soon. The ball bouncing through. The runners moving up on the throw, not on the misplay. No error is charged. 2-0 Barnstormers. Here is Gindel, who homered back in the first inning on the very first pitch he saw today. Hoover is ready to Gindel. Wide, ball one. Melvin Mercedes, the second baseman, waits on deck. Hoover, I have to believe, remembers what Gindel did to his Cincinnati Reds during Caleb's brief time in the majors. High pop-up to shallow left field. Taking charge, Courtney Hawkins, who will put it away, ending the inning. But Lancaster does tack 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error. 2 men are stranded through 1.5 today here at Lexington Legends Ballpark. The Lancaster Barnstormers lead by a score of 2-0.
For the youth of our area, the Barnstormers are offering a wide variety of camps throughout the summer to teach everyone some tips on baseball and softball. Camps are offered to kids as young as 4 and as old as 12. Some even involve the parents. They run from June 15 all the way through August 28. For more information, go to LancasterBarnstormers.com and click on the Clinics tab. All presented by Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster.
Pennsylvanians are creating their own soundtrack thanks to PA Lottery Scratch-Off's Excitement's back. Pennies, nickels, dimes, or quarters, no matter your choice, scratching's always in order. With big top prizes and second chance drawings, thrills await. They're out there calling. If it's excitement you seek and you're looking for action, play the PA Lottery. And keep on scratching. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
The error charged to the first baseman Barnum on the dropped infield pop-up, the 5th assessed to Lexington in this series. They helped out the Barnstormers some last night with 4 miscues, most against the Barnstormers in a game this season. The 2 runs that scored against the reliever Quillins in the 9th inning were unearned. The 6 off the starter Owens were all earned. The errors did not have an effect. Two nothing. Jordan Pacheco will lead off against Andrew Chatora in the bottom half of the second inning. This game doesn't seem to be hustling along either. Tremendous number of pitches thrown by Hoover in the top half of the second inning. Andrew Chatora threw only 5 pitches to the first 3 batters. And then had a little bit more difficulty getting through Hawkins and Barnum. He eventually did. Now his first delivery, a strike at the knees to Jordan Pacheco. It is 0-1. Pacheco 8 out of 25 with a home run, 5 runs batted in. Defense straight away against the right-handed batter. Next pitch from Chitora right there for a second strike. It is 0-2. I am not certain. I may be wrong on this. We may not be using the automated balls and strikes today. 0-2 pitch. Outside and low for ball 1, 1-2. But Drew Ashcraft, the plate umpire, has made these called strike signals very, very quickly. Not that second delay that you get with the automated system. I may be off base on that. I was not informed one way or the other. Here's the wind. Chitora with the 1-2. Check swing, and he went too far. Down goes Pacheco on strikes. Chitora with his first strikeout of the day. That brings on the shortstop, Roberto Baldequin. We have not seen him as of yet, but suffice it to say he's got some pretty good numbers when in the lineup for this Lexington ball club. Baldequin is hitting for the season .375. He has 2 home runs. He has driven in 14. The wind by Chitora on the pitch, swung on and missed. And he goes down a strike. It is 0-1. I'll check that even better, 389. Native of Cuba is Baldequin. Inside, and he got hit. Now here we go again with the HBPs. I would really have to sort through the data to see the record number of batters hit by the Barnstormers in a season. But that is the 23rd, including 8 in the last 7 games. The club is averaging virtually 1 hit batter per game. Ouch. Infield sets, double play depth. Chris Fornacci, the second baseman, to the plate. Fornacci, 6 hits in 34 at-bats. Takes a pitch down and away from Andro. Ball 1, no strikes. The Barnstormers leading 2-0. Playing the home half of the second inning in front of the Young'uns out here on the camp day at Lexington Legends Ballpark. 1 ball, no strikes to Fornacci. Chitora comes back, delivers to the inside corner. A strike taken. It's 1-1. Barnstormers, I think, to a man looking forward to getting back home for Friday night, even though that's going to be a tough turnaround. Fly ball to right center field. Shallow. Mercedes goes back, and he'll take it in front of Clark coming in. Fornacci pops out to the second baseman. 2 are gone. And that brings on Beneklinski, the designated hitter today. He was the second baseman last night. Beneklinski hitting .263. He's hit 4 home runs, and he's driven in 12. Home run by Gindel in the first. RBI single by Torrance in the second inning. And Lancaster has the 2-0 lead as a result. Chitora works with 2 outs here. Baldequin, the base runner. Chitora will throw in his direction now. He fired over about a half a dozen times on Cole Sturgeon back in the first inning. 2 outs. Baldequin has a pair of stolen bases. Lexington is not a really big base stealing team, though they took 3 in a row last night against Goodson in the middle innings. Swung on and missed. Beneklinski standing in. Aklinski was 1 for 3 last night. He walked twice. Baldequin leads off first. The set by Chitora. He'll work to the plate, firing it wide. That is ball 1 on Aklinski, a 1-1 count. Lexington, we mentioned this last night, not really a big base stealing team. They have only 9 in 14 attempts. Here is the set by Chitora, working 1 ball, 1 strike. And the offering popped up my way. 1-2. I do have to be a little bit careful of foul balls here in Lexington. I'd have to ask the veterans of this press box how many have gotten in here over the years. But in theory, it's possible. 1-2 on Aklinski. I'd probably have to have a right-handed batter to get it in on my side, which Aklinski is. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chatora is upstairs with the next serving. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Boldequin, the runner at first base in the lower half of the second inning. Barnstormers will be on Blue Ridge 11 Sunday against West Virginia. Just the YouTube channel. Friday and Saturday nights. 2-2 pitch off the end of the bat. Fouled away once more as Aklinski continues to peck away at the 2-strike pitches. Andrew Chatora, a right-hander, big LSU fan, being a native of the Pelican State. And to Aklinski again, and another foul ball sent straight back over my head here in broadcast land. We stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chatora cannot finish off the number 9 hitter. Trying to do some harm to Andro in the bottom of the second inning. This is a very good lineup put together by P.J. Phillips, I think with a little help from his brother. 2-2. Chatora drops down on the arm angle, gets a swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts here in the second inning for Andro. Another 16-pitch inning for the Barnstormers right-hander. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We're done with 2 here in Lexington, and the Barnstormers hold the 2-0 lead.
The Lexus NX is crafted to take on the modern adventure called life.
Alexa, what's the quickest route home?
With Amazon Alexa compatibility and the advanced Lexus safety system, the Lexus NX is modern utility for the modern world. Because modern obstacles require modern solutions. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg or Lancaster County.
Amazon Alexa and all related logos are trademarks of Amazon.com Inc. or its affiliates. Not all Amazon Alexa functionality is available for in-vehicle use.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com. Local Flavor. Come on, everybody. Localflavor.com. Local Flavor. Localflavor.com. Local Flavor.
Into the third inning of baseball here this afternoon. Melvin Mercedes, Blake Galen, and Alejandro De Aza scheduled for the Barnstormers, who hold the 2-0 lead. Facing J.J. Hoover, the one-time Cincinnati Red reliever. Again, 5 seasons in Cincinnati, 1 each in Arizona and Milwaukee for Hoover. The Barnstormers did try to get Hoover, but it was far easier for him to sign here in Lexington, being in a comfort zone in the Cincinnati general area. Breaking ball is inside to Melvin Mercedes, 1-0. They actually have, and it's in the camera shot, a Cincinnati Reds billboard at Lexington. You get an idea, the sphere of influence we are in. Ball 2 is outside, 2-0 to Mercedes. guy the Barnstormers got from the Oakland Athletics organization. And Melvin now works to 3-0. Highly recommended by the likes of Lloyd Turner and Tommy Everidge. 3-0. Hoover is inside, and Mercedes has the base on balls. Hoover giving up his second. And now he's got to pay attention to a very dangerous base runner. Mercedes is 7 for 8 on the season, trying to steal bases. Blake Galen, the batter. Galen thundered one out of here foul before striking out back in the first inning, one of the 2 strikeout victims for Hoover on the day. Mercedes is on, and there goes Galen deep and fouled on the right side again. This one not keeping us in any suspense. That was foul right from the bat, but hit at a decent distance. They have a party area down in the right field line here that's basically designed as a horse stable. Of course, the Kentucky Derby. And one of the major thoroughfares in Lexington is Man o' War Boulevard, or Avenue, called Strike. Galen trails 0-2 now after the Triple Crown winner of many, many years ago. I've been looking for Seattle Slough Avenue and Secretariat Road. I haven't found those. Mercedes will get a throw from Hoover, and Melvin is back in. Barnstormers with a 2-0 lead, scoring a run in each of the first 2 innings. Mercedes aboard on the walk to start off here in the third. Infield set, double play depth, no balls, 2 strikes, the count to Blake Galen. And Mercedes was in trouble, but the throw took a little too long to get over there from Hoover. Melvin clearly making a move towards second base. He was able to reverse his field and scramble back in. Blake Galen continues to await an 0-2 pitch. It's been a while. Mercedes out to a lead, and he'll get another throw, this one bouncing away. Melvin stole his 7th of the season last night. That came in the top of the 6th after a 2-out walk when we had a respectably close game at that time, 9-6. Lancaster ahead here, 2-0. Galen awaits the 0-2, hits a chopper toward the second baseman. There's only one play for Fernacci. That is to first. Galen is able to advance Mercedes with the ground out. Runner in scoring position. Alejandro De Asa will step in. De Asa popped up to the shortstop Baldequin back in the first inning. De Asa still stuck at just 5 runs batted in. Ross Peoples has the faith that he can be a big run producer, and why not? Ross has him in the cleanup spot this afternoon with Trayvon Robinson sitting out the day. Kelly Dugan is also out for this one. Both are available for duty later on. Here's a pitch to De Asa. Strike to the inside corner from Hoover. It is 0-1. Lancaster with a runner in scoring position. Devon Torrance picked up Blake Alamon with an RBI single in the second inning. As a team, the Barnstormers have done pretty well this year, all in all, with the run-scoring opportunities. Lancaster still averaging 6.9 runs per game on offense and under 500 with this scrambled pitching situation. De Asa takes a ball. It is 1-1 on the Lancaster designated hitter today. So when Chatora is done, De Asa may be as well, depending on the needs and how the lineup stacks at the time of the removal. Mercedes trying to distract Hoover. The pitch is off the inside corner, and De Asa gains the advantage. Hoover has had to battle through today, and I'm not sure how much longer Phillips will stick with him. Again, he hasn't seen much action really since 19. 2-1 to De Asa. Sliced foul the other way. That will get into the seats. An empty section well down the third baseline. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There are many ways in which the seating bowl here And the aura reminds you of New Britain Stadium. The press box in back of the seats. You have to come up an elevator, not up through the stands to get here. Fouled away by De Aza. The seating bowl is very similar to New Britain Stadium. The suites go a lot further down on both sides than they did in New Britain. New Britain, from the outside, had that ambiance of being a factory, and that's the way they wanted it. That was the purpose, because New Britain is a big tool and die city, and this has a little more of a feel of horse racing country here. De Aza pulls a grounder foul. He is being awfully stubborn for J.J. Hoover. 2 balls and 2 strikes here. The continuing count. We are playing the top half of the 3rd inning in another game that is going along at a somewhat of a snail's pace, but not the ridiculous numbers of walks that we have seen in previous games. De Aza checks, and strike 3 is called on the outside corner. Alejandro De Aza goes down looking. That is strikeout number 3 now for Hoover. And the batter will be Ladarius Clark. Ladarius flied a towering fly ball to center fielder Cole Sturgeon, leading off the 2nd inning. Barnstormers 2 and Lexington nothing. 3rd inning of baseball this afternoon. 2 outs. Melvin Mercedes leads off second base. Here's the set, the pitch, a breaking ball, and that had Ladarius completely and utterly fooled. He tried to hold on the swing, couldn't do it. No balls and a strike to the Barnstormers center fielder. Lancaster had the opportunity early on in this inning. Fly ball down the right side, foul. Going after it is Barnum. He's going to watch it head into the seats. And Clark bats at no balls and 2 strikes. I had to check. Back through Alejandro De Aza, never homered off of J.J. Hoover in the major leagues. He did homer off some notables, though. He got to Verlander twice. Max Scherzer once. That was when he wasn't taking his belt off. I don't know if you saw that little snippet or not. Ball is high, 1-2. They keep accusing him of using a foreign substance doctoring the baseballs, and he offered to take all of his clothes off, apparently. And to Clark, swing and a miss at the breaking ball. The inning is over on the 4th strikeout of the day for J.J. Hoover. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We are through 2.5 at Lexington Legends Ballpark with the score. The Lancaster Barnstormers 2 and the Lexington Legends nothing.
You can enjoy a night at the ballpark and help out the United Way of Lancaster County. All you have to do is spend 3 hours as an usher during a Barnstormers home game, and the ball club will donate $20 in your name to the United Way program of your choice. Be a friendly face, have fun, and raise money for your favorite local charity. To sign up, go to the LancasterBarnstormers.com website and head to the community link, and we'll see you at the ballpark.
When everyone has a different craving, Wegmans Meals to Go has it all. All right now, all in one delivery. Pizza with the kids' favorite toppings, a delicious sub made the way you love, fresh sushi for the whole group, and so much more. It's how busy people get busy eating the meals they love. Order on the Meals to Go app or at mealstogo.com to make everyone happy. Wegmans Meals to Go. All your favorite meals all in one delivery.
Andra Chatora will be facing the top of the order for Lexington as we hit the bottom half of the third inning. Chatora has largely stayed out of trouble this afternoon, although he's allowed at least a runner each of the first 2 innings. Nobody's gotten as far as third base. Leadoff man reached in the first inning, then Andro retired the next 2 before giving up an infield base hit. And last inning, he hit a batter with 1 out and got the next 2. Cole Sturgeon singled to start off the afternoon for Lexington. He will be leading off here in the third inning. Here is Sturgeon. Batting from the left side of the plate. He and Barnum are the 2 left-handed batters in this order. And no switch hitters. I don't know what not having a switch hitter is. When you think of the successful switch hitters that the Barnstormers have had over the years. Breaking ball for a strike to the inside corner, 0-1, going all the way back to the likes of Bryant Nelson and Fernando Seganal back in the much earlier days. Strike at the knees. Chatora working ahead of Sturgeon here. Very casually paced afternoon here in Lexington, Kentucky. Chatora ready to go. Next offering up and in. And ball 1. Sturgeon. Tillman Pugh on deck, and then DJ Peterson. This is a veteran lineup here in Lexington. They just lost a player to the Milwaukee Brewers. Swing and a miss. There's strikeout number 3 for Andro Chatora. Milwaukee picked up Lexington reliever Nate Peden. There have been more than 50 Atlantic Leaguers who have had their contracts purchased by Major League Baseball organizations. It's unheard of numbers. It all has to do with the reshuffling of the minor leagues on top of the pandemic, where a lot of players retired. And these organizations no longer have the short season A clubs where you had a lot of guys in extended spring, and if you had the need, you could bump players up all the way through. The draft will have fewer rounds this year also. Fouled at the plate by Pugh. It's 1-1. The draft will be several rounds shorter this year. It's going to almost be like the NFL draft, and the draft would have happened by now in other years, but it's pushed back into July here in 2021, which also, I think, hampers the Atlantic League in the dirt for ball 2. My thinking was and still is that the way we're going to replenish supplies in this league is to take players from those top D1 programs who aren't drafted and bring them into the Atlantic League. That is some really exceptional baseball played at those D1 schools. Chipped out to right field. Here comes Gendel. He'll slide and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Nice play against Tillman Pugh. 2 gone. Peterson will step to the plate. The third baseman fly to left. His first trip. Andro Chatora has retired 4 in a row now. 6 out of the last 7. Holding on to the 2-0 lead his ball club gave him over the first couple of innings. We'll see how quickly he can get through this inning, or if he'll have that one batter who stays in there for a while. First pitch strike in on Peterson. It is 0-1. Gendel with a home run in the first. Torrance singling home an unearned run in the second. And that is how we have gotten to this point. DJ Peterson bats no balls and a strike against Andro Chatora. A swing and a miss. It is 0-2. Andro in the early stages today is having himself quite a performance, trying to win his 4th of the season. 2 strikes, the count on DJ Peterson, the former one of the two former Skeeters back-to-back in this lineup. Hawkins on deck as the other. Throw back to the mound, gets away from Chitora. That would be a live ball if there were base runners who could go. There are none. Ball 1, 2 strikes, the count to Peterson. Lancaster owns the lead. The 1-2 offering really darted down and in toward Peterson. Now it is a 2-ball and 2-strike count. Hits are even at 2. The Barnstormers have done more damage. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to DJ Peterson. Peroni sets the target. Chitora is ready. Breaking ball, strike 3 to the inside corner. Andrew Chitora notches the 4th on his belt today. Nothing across in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. We're through 3 this afternoon here at Lexington Legends Ballpark with the score. The Lancaster Barnstormers 2 and the Lexington Legends nothing.
We are finally back enjoying Barnstormers baseball. I'm Adam Gocknauer from Gocknauer Appliances and thrilled to be sponsoring Barnstormers baseball yet again. We also wanted to thank all of you for your incredible support for our business during the pandemic. We are so happy to still be here helping you with the best brand names and the best prices of major appliances in the area. Enjoy the game, and we will continue to service you now and into the future. Gocknauer Appliances in East Petersburg and on the web at gocknauers.com.
Like craft beers? Then the best place to be in Lancaster is Clipper Magazine Stadium. That's right, celebrate baseball or just a night with your friends at the Broken Bat Deck down the right field line. The Broken Bat features more than 20 local craft breweries plus product from a local winery. Food including Otto's Meatballs is sold off a pub-style menu. So get together, hang out with your friends, or make some new ones. Enjoy a night of craft beer sampling along with a Barnstormers game.
They have, as is fitting for Kentucky, a horse race promotion between innings on little bouncy inflatable horses that they have here. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors for the Barnstormers. Lancaster is stranded 3. Lexington, no runs on 2 hits with an error, and also 3 runners left on base. Blake Alleman, Nick Schumpert, and Anthony Peroni, the slated Barnstormers batters in the top half of inning 4. Alleman reached on a dropped pop-up back in the 2nd inning. The error charged to the first baseman, Barnum. And he would eventually score the Barnstormers' 2nd run. Hoover into the motion. Alleman grounds a foul over on the first base side. It is 0-1. And a few too many bars of the Macarena being played. While Alleman was at the plate, he turned around. Drew Ashcraft, the plate umpire, turned around. No balls, 1 strike to Alleman. Hoover's pitch bends inside and low. Ball 1, strike 1. J.J. Hoover is up to 68 pitches now for the day. Just facing the leadoff man in the 4th. Alleman with a foul up to the Sweets. Ball 1 and 2 strikes. Hoover's gone deep into a lot of counts. Averaging nearly 5 pitches per hitter. Another pop-up. This up the third base line, and it will be Pacheco securing it. Alleman's retired. We have 1 out. Nick Schumpert is coming in. Schumpert, a strikeout victim back in the second inning. He went down swinging on a 3-2 offering. Barnstormers still advantaged just the 2 hits off of Hoover, but each drove in a run in the early innings. That's a called strike on Schumpert, 0-1. Here's the wind. Hoover comes back. Breaking ball tattooed to center field, but straight at Sturgeon, a little bit to his right at the end. Schumpert's retired, hard hit ball. Anthony Peroni will come to the plate. You'll have to forgive me for a second here. Peroni with a walk back in the second inning. The line and the pitch. It is away, ball 1-0. And Anthony spent a while at the plate in that previous plate appearance. 5 in a row set down by Hoover. Here's the offering right there. Peroni batting at a ball and a strike. Torrance, who has been a terrific hitter on the road, waits on deck. Outside, Peroni gains an edge at 2 balls and a strike. Torrance has really taken advantage of his opportunities to play this season. Not trying to do too much, generally not over swinging. 2-1, good looking breaking ball gets the outside corner. Now 2-2 on Anthony Peroni. Lancaster with a 2-0 lead, playing the 4th inning. Driven foul off to the right and well out of play. Today has been more of the story of hitters and 2-strike foul balls than it has been pitchers missing the zone consistently. A much higher percentage of called strikes in this contest than we saw last night. Swung on and missed. Peroni is gone. 5 strikeouts for Hoover. Nothing across in the top of the 4th, through 3.5, 2-0 Lancaster.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Come on, everybody! Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Barnstormers lead 2-0 as we settle into the bottom half of the 4th inning. Elsewhere in Atlantic League play, everything tonight, there are a pair of doubleheaders. Gastonia and Long Island play 2 beginning at 6 o'clock in Central Islip. High Point in West Virginia with a doubleheader scheduled for 5:05 in Charleston. The other game at 6:30 pits Southern Maryland against York at Peoples Bank Park. Barnstormers open up today 2 games behind Long Island and just a half game ahead of both York and Southern Maryland in the Northern Division. Lexington in first place in the South with a record of 14-6. Courtney Hawkins ready to lead off the home half of the fourth inning against Chatora. Hawkins beat out a scratch single back in the first inning, a little topper up the third base line. Nick Schumpert with the barehanded pickup, but his throw was offline, pulled Galen from the bag toward the infield side. Chatora has retired 7 of his last 8. Hoover's gotten 6 in a row. Target set by Anthony Peroni, the motion. And Courtney Hawkins takes a ball down low, 1-0. Andro back into his motion. Pitch hung up in his hand and ended up past everything. 2 balls and no strikes. There were 7 that got away last night. 5 wild pitches, 2 passed balls. But because there's nobody on base, that doesn't cost you here. 2-0 to Courtney Hawkins. Chatora comes back, and he is up with it, ball 3. And this is the most in danger of giving up a walk that Chatora has been the entire day. Right-hander, meanwhile, throwing down the right side for the Lexington Legends. Ball 4 is low. Hawkins gets the leadoff walk here in the fourth inning. And hopefully not an early sign of trouble for Chatora. Keon Barnum steps to the plate. He grounded out to the shortstop Alleman back in the first inning on a high chopper. Trying to get a fix on the jersey number down the right field side. I cannot. These are tricky to read today. Ball is outside. Chatora has missed with 5 straight. Opening up the bottom of the fourth inning, the Barnstormers leading just by the score of 2-0. Defense looking for the double play ground ball. Barnum awaits the 1-0, and Chatora again is way out of kilter. Ball 2 and no strikes. Doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense here. That Chatora has had no control problems at all, and he comes out in the bottom of the fourth and misses with 6 in a row. There's a swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike. Jordan Pacheco, the catcher, scheduled to bat next. Andrew didn't like that baseball. He wants another, and it's being walked out there by the plate umpire, Drew Ashcraft. Andrew Chatora working 2 balls and a strike to Keon Barnum. Barnstormers back home Friday night, and once we get home, we're home. 6 in a row at Clipper Magazine Stadium, 4 in York, and then 15 straight in Lancaster over a span of 17 days. Inside, that gets away from Peroni. Up to second is Hawkins. 3 balls and a strike now on Barnum. And we'll get a ruling on it. My guess is pass ball. We'll find out the official scoring decision. But it moves a runner into scoring position. Nobody out. 3 balls and a strike on Barnum, with Pacheco waiting on deck. Trouble brewing in the bottom of the fourth inning for Chatora and the Barnstormers. Here is the 3-1. That is ball 4. He's walked back-to-back hitters. And how do you explain it? Just 9 pitches, back-to-back walks, not an inkling of any kind of control problems through the first 3 innings. And Ross Peoples is going to go out and have a word with Andro. That was, by the way, a passed ball, though the effects have been totally negated by the second walk. It doesn't really matter at this point. Jordan Pacheco, a strikeout victim, back in the second, will get to face Chatora for a second time. It looks like we have seen the end of J.J. Hoover as a right-hander continues to tune up in the bullpen for the Lexington Legends. Wearing the blue jerseys today with the green numbers. This is reminiscent of the early days of the Trenton Thunder. And also, I mentioned last night the other team that had this color combination was Winston-Salem back when I was in the Carolina League. And the owner that had Winston-Salem also had he may have had Charleston, and they had the same green and blue color scheme. First and second, nobody out. The batter is Jordan Pacheco. Chatora is off the outside corner for a ball. It's 1-0. Hey, where did the strike zone go? Hawkins off second. Barnum leads from first base. Ball one, no strikes. Chatora delivers. There's a strike. So it is 1-1. And Andro here in the fourth inning is missed with 9 out of 11. First 3 innings, he threw just 45 pitches, and most of those were in or around the zone. 1-1 offering line, and that is down the left field line. Racing after it is Torrance. He's got to pick it off the base of the wall. Home to score is Hawkins. Barnum will pull in at third. Pacheco has an RBI double. It's 2-1. And Lexington has runners at second and third with nobody out. Andrew Chatora all of a sudden finding trouble here in the fourth inning. The second pitch might have been an indication. The second pitch he threw this inning, which he bounced to the backstop. Lancaster is going to get activity going down in the bullpen. Second and third with nobody out. Boldequin coming to the plate. And it's not actually action. There was a desire by Chatora to get a better feel on the baseball, so they had to go all the way down there and hand out a new rosin bag for Chatora. It was all the way down in the bullpen. He clearly doesn't have the same feel that he had the first 3 innings, and right now the lead is jeopardized with Barnum at third, Pacheco at second. We saw the movement down in the bullpen. Ross looking down that way, but it wasn't to get somebody throwing. It was all about the rosin bag, which finally worked its way to the mound. First pitch to Boldequin, jams him. It's popped up and not high enough for Peroni to get there and make a catch. No balls, 1 strike to the shortstop Boldequin. Peroni on the dead run toward the Lexington dugout. But as it turned out, he didn't have a play. And Galen had no chance to get there because it was around the corner of the side of the dugout. No balls, 1 strike to Boldequin. Barnum is at third, Pacheco at second. Nobody out here in the fourth inning. 2-1 in favor of the Barnstormers, and chance to tie it up or take the lead for Lexington. Chatora will deliver, swing and a foul back. No balls and 2 strikes. A strikeout here would certainly come in handy. The Barnstormers keep the infielders back still early in the ball game in a series that has had a tendency to produce a lot of runs. No balls, 2 strikes on the shortstop Boldequin, hit by a pitch. His first time up. Chatora ready to go into his motion, and he misses badly outside. It is saved by Peroni. Ball 1 and 2 strikes. These sequences of walks given up by Barnstormers pitching, very, very troubling. Where it seems like everybody on the staff has these spells where they can't get the ball in the zone. They get themselves in huge trouble inside and low. Boldequin is now at 2-2. The staff coming into today, 178 walks in 196 in the third innings. And you add to that 23 hit batters. Those are crazy numbers. Today, 2 walks, 1 hit batter. Next pitch, the 2-2, a long time in coming. Boldequin grows restless. Barnum up the line from third. Off second is Pacheco. Andrew Chitora works 2 balls, 2 strikes. Foul to the screen, and we will do it all again. He's had to throw more pitches here in the 4th inning than in any previous inning to complete it. He still doesn't have an out here in the 4th. He was sailing along very smoothly for 3 innings, and the ship has hit the rocks. 2 balls, 2 strikes once again due to Boldequin. Chitora to the plate, and there's a soft line drive that's into center field for a base hit. 1 run scores. A throw from Ladarius Clark way offline, backed up by Peroni. With that, Boldequin takes second, and it's 3-2 Lexington. 2-run single for Boldequin. Barnum and Pacheco come home. The throw from Clark was halfway up the third baseline. Boldequin seeing that, taking off for second. Still nobody out in the bottom of the 4th. It is 3-2 Lexington. Boldequin, the base runner, and Chris Fornacci, the second baseman, will come to the plate. And you just look around and ask yourself the question, what happened to Chitora coming into the 4th inning? He was breezing, no sign of control issues. He gets in here, he misses with 8 of 9 pitches to the first 2 batters, giving up 2 walks. Now a pair of base hits follow, and all of a sudden a 2-0 lead is a 3-2 deficit, and he still doesn't have it out here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Big innings, just haunting this Barnstormers club. 0-1 on Fornacci with the runner at second base. And that's high and inside, almost hit him. Ball 1 and strike 1. No error was charged on the throw by Clark. The ball didn't truly get away. It just, Peroni had to chase it down a ways. There's a strike. So 1-2 on Fornacci. Boldequin at second base, still nobody out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Lexington working with the 3-2 lead, trying to pick up another run. The delivery is strike 3 called at the knees. Fornacci is gone looking. That is huge for Chitora. He strikes out his 5th. And now the batter is the designated hitter, Ben Aklinski, a strikeout victim, his first time up. That takes some of the pressure off the defense, too, because now they can't get an extra run home on outs. The right-hander throwing in the bullpen for Lexington has had ample time to get loose. Chitora deals a strike at his 0-1. Cole Sturgeon, the center fielder, waits on deck. They were on their 6th time through the batting order when the game ended last night. That was just in 8 innings. Sturgeon would be batting for the 3rd time here today. Chitora to the plate, high and inside. And to Aklinski now. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. Lexington 3, Lancaster 2, bottom of the 4th inning. The early Barnstormers lead has evaporated. Swing and a miss. Chatora getting that one by. It is now 1-1. Barnstormers need a quick escape here to this bottom half of the fourth inning. A nice start today for the Barnstormers. Leadoff home run by Gindel. Torrance a clutch hit in the second inning, and Chatora looked grand for 3 innings. Popped up foul out of play. Second strike on Aklinski. Runner at second base still is Baldequin. There with 1 out. The right-hander Chatora out of the stretch. Again delivers. And just low. I think he wanted that one. 27 pitch inning now for Andro. 3-2 Lexington. The complexion of the game completely turning around on the first couple of pitches of this inning. Ground ball down the line at third, gets away from Schumpert and ends up headed for the corner. This will bring in Baldequin with a 4th run. Sprinting toward third is the hitter Aklinski, and he's going to make it on a triple. Into the left field corner, now 4-2. Lexington in the lead. Ground ball down the third base line that Schumpert couldn't flag. Baldequin scores easily. Aklinski never slowed down as that ball got down in the left field corner and did some nasty things. We saw it happen to Hawkins last night, and now it happens to Devon Torrance out there. Cole Sturgeon, the batter, and the Barnstormers are forced to bring the infielders in. The 4th run is home. We'll see if an error is charged here. I saw it called it as a triple. It's tough to triple into the left field corner. Lined into right field, and that makes it 5-2. RBI base hit for Sturgeon. Aklinski comes home. And once again, the Barnstormers having that type of inning where the wheels completely come off the cart. Tillman Pugh will step to the plate. He's hitless in 2 trips. 5 runs home, still only 1 out. 7 men have stepped to the plate in the bottom half of the 4th inning. 2 walks followed by 4 hits. Pugh has popped the second, fly to right. Chatora fires to first. He tried to work over Sturgeon back in the first inning. That throw seemed to have a little extra frustration behind it. Lancaster down by 3 in the blink of an eye. Chatora to the plate. He gets Pugh to swing and miss. 0-1. The Barnstormers in the last 3 games now have given up 26 runs in the middle innings, 4 through 6. Lancaster finally will get some action going in the bullpen. Popped up foul, coming back my way. May have heard the clang off the edge of the rooftop here, and then it dropped back down. Bounced off the net and into the crowd. Most of the starch taken out of it at that point. 2 strikes on Tillman Pugh. Cole Sturgeon, the runner at first base, still just 1 out of the inning. Chatora sets, brings it home, and he gets strikeout number 6. Pugh, an ugly-looking swing and a miss. DJ Peterson will be the hitter. He is 0 for 2. Barnstormers have a right-hander warming up down in the bullpen. That would be either Rincon or Espinal. The set. And snaps one off. Beauty of a pitch to Peterson. It is no balls and a strike. There has been no error charged in this inning whatsoever. The ball eluded Torrance out in left field, but really no cause for an error on it. Swing and a miss. Peterson went chasing a long way after that. It is 0-2. 72 degrees was our temperature at game time today. It feels chillier because you've still got a fairly stiff breeze and it's bone dry here. No balls, 2 strikes. Andrew Chatora comes to the set. The pitch is slammed deep to left field. It's hooking quite a bit, though, and this one stays fair. It's a home run. A 2-run shot for DJ Peterson and a 7-run inning for Lexington in the bottom of the 4th. Just his 3rd home run of the season. Chatora was ahead in the count, and all of a sudden, boom, the ball stayed just fair down the left field line. It was hooking quite a bit. The Barnstormers had the hope that it would curl foul, but it wouldn't cooperate. Now we're back around to Hawkins, the 10th man to bat in this inning. He started it off with a walk. Big swing and a miss here for strike 1. The Barnstormers are now down 7-2. Another ridiculously big middle inning. Ball sticks in the hand of Chatora, way outside and low. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's hard to fathom that it could get away this fast. He was in control, even starting the 2nd time through the lineup. A partial swing. He didn't go, says Darnell Ray. Hawkins bats at 2 balls and a strike. Chatora has walked 2. He has struck out 6, but now given up 7 hits, 5 of them this inning. Upstairs for ball 3. He just got completely out of rhythm. Just after a short top half of the 4th inning. Came back out and wasn't at all the same. 3 balls, 1 strike to Courtney Hawkins. The next pitch, a check swing, and again he held. That is ball 4. And the last thing Ross Peoples wants to do is lift the starter after 3 2/3 innings. Keon Barnum will be the hitter. The pitching staff just keeps getting thinned out more and more and more, stretched. Andrew Chatora has thrown over 40 pitches here in the 4th inning. He threw 45 total in the first 3. Didn't have a runner past second base. Popped up. This one should end the inning. Alleman, the shortstop at the edge of the outfield lawn, is there, but Lexington sends 11 men to the plate, scoring 7 times on 5 hits. No Barnstormers errors. 1 man left on base. Through 4 at Lexington Legends Ballpark, it is Lexington 7 and the Barnstormers 2.
At Clipper Magazine Stadium, we have hot dogs and popcorn, peanuts, soda, and nachos. But what if, say, you are only 3 months old and mom wants to have a night out and watch the Barnstormers? Well, thanks to May Grant Obstetrics and Gynecology, the littlest of Stormer fans now have a place to go for dinner during the game. Tots can take mom to the Little Sluggers dugout behind Section 13 at the stadium for a comfortable private feeding experience. A brightly painted room with comfortable furniture and TVs tuned to the game, it is the perfect spot for baby and mom during a night at the ballpark.
I'm an aficionado.
I'm a sneakerhead.
I'm a foodie. Gamer.
I'm a gym rat.
There are many names for enthusiast,
A fashionista.
but there's only one way to become one. By going all in. The Lexus IS Sports Sedan is our obsession. Relentlessly engineered and designed to be the most responsive IS ever. It's what we call going all in on the sports sedan. The Lexus IS. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg or Lancaster County.
And the Barnstormers will get to see the bullpen now of the Lexington Legends as Jeff Thompson takes over. We go to the top half of the fifth inning. The starter, J.J. Hoover, worked 4. He gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, with 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. He threw 78 pitches along the way. Thompson assumes the role on the hill in this top half of the fifth inning. This will be his 6th appearance, including 1 start. He's given up 7 hits, 7 runs in 7 1/3 innings. The Barnstormers would like to be able to add to those totals. Thompson, a 29-year-old, 6'6", 245-pounder who hails from Louisville and pitched at the University of Louisville, a 3rd-round pick for Detroit back in 2013. Devon Torrance, Caleb Gindel, and Melvin Mercedes are the scheduled Barnstormers in the top half of the fifth inning. Lancaster's bullpen is quiet once again, but an abusive bottom half of the fourth inning. Over the last 3 games now, there's been a 9-run fifth, a 6-run fifth, and a 7-run fourth posted against this Barnstormers pitching staff. And you wish you could say there's an end in sight. Upstairs for a ball to Devon Torrance, who squares the bunt. It's 1-0. Torrance lined a base hit into right, driving in a run back in the second inning. The 1-0, he shows bunt again, takes a strike. It is now 1-1. DJ Peterson with 2 doubles and 3 runs batted in last night. It's a 2-run homer here. But it all started with the back-to-back walks in the fourth inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count on Torrance. And he'll take strike 3 called. That is 6 strikeouts now for the Lexington staff, including 4 on the last 6 batters. 7 in a row have been retired by Lexington pitching. And now you have to ask, what do the Barnstormers have left in the tank, considering the travel schedule? Giving up a 7-run, bottom of the fourth inning. We've had these incredibly long games, day in, day out. To Gindel, he goes after the first offering and skies it foul with a lot of turn to it. It ends up a few rows back over on the third base side. Peterson started after the foul ball. Never had a chance. No balls, 1 strike, the count to Gindel, who again got a game started with a home run. He has a 3-game homer streak, this Caleb Gindel. Thompson ready to go. The pitch is wide. Gindel bats at a ball and a strike. Melvin Mercedes waits on deck. Now the Barnstormers' pitching woes continue into this afternoon. Caleb gets ball 2 below the knees. 2 balls and a strike. It's hard to even imagine the numbers. We'll be, after today, a 5th of the way into the season. 3-1 to Gindel. Lancaster's team ERA to start the afternoon, 7.38. And the only way that that can be improved upon is if the Barnstormers get to the bottom of the 9th inning somehow. 3-1, Gindel drives this toward right center field. It will hold up. Cole Sturgeon is over. He makes the catch. 2 are gone. Mercedes will step in. Melvin has flied to center and walked. 7-2 Lexington after a whopping bottom half of the fourth inning. Eight in a row, retired by Hoover and Thompson combined. Hoover got the last 6. Couple of respectably well-hit balls in there. Pitch to Melvin is offline. Ball 1, no strikes. He has reached base once again today. He's only failed to do it once in his 23 starts. Ball 2 is outside, 2-0. Mercedes once played all 9 positions in a game for the Stockton Ports back in 2016. One of those fun things to do in a meaningless game at the end of a season. But with Mercedes, not at all a joke. He has that kind of versatility. He's not going to catch every day, but he can do just about anything else. Here's a 2-1. Swing and a miss. He was behind the fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Galen waits on deck. The Barnstormers offense in a stall here through the middle innings. Right-hander is ready. Mercedes a high chopper back toward the mound. If that had gotten over Thompson, it was going to be a base hit, but Thompson able to make the play. The Barnstormers go down 1-2-3 again. We're through 4 1/2. It is Lexington 7 and Lancaster 2.
New to Clipper Magazine Stadium in 2021 is Otto's Hospitality. Otto's is totally committed to the fan experience, from quality to convenience to safety. And they are committed to Lancaster, using local food purveyors whenever possible. New menu items like homemade Brauhaus pretzels, Black Angus burgers, and Otto's meatballs are sure to make any Barnstormers game even more fun. Use self-ordering kiosks or your phone instead of waiting in the lines. That's Otto's Hospitality.
Pennsylvanians are creating their own soundtrack. Thanks to PA Lottery Scratch-Offs, excitement's back. Pennies, nickels, dimes, or quarters, no matter your choice, scratching's always in order. With big top prizes and second chance drawings, thrills await. They're out there calling. If it's excitement you seek and you're looking for action, play the PA Lottery. And keep on scratching. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
We have a bunch of youngsters running around the field during an inning break. Chasing after some type of mascot, and they're still coming out there. Andrew Chatora turns up for the bottom half of the 5th inning. His ball club now trailing by the score of 7-2 after a very painful bottom half of the 4th. Really tough to explain these big innings, but it is worth noting once again, it all started with 2 walks. 5 hits followed, the 5th of which was a home run, and then another walk. 11 men total in the inning, and Chatora remains on the hill. Jordan Pacheco drove in the first run of the 7-run 4th with a double into the left field corner. Baldequin with a sinking line drive single into center. Eklinski a triple inside the bag at third. Sturgeon with a base hit into right. Peterson the 2-run home run. Pacheco leads off the home half of the 5th inning. The motion, the Chatora pitch, is elevated on the right side. Blake Galen shielding his eyes into foul territory. He had a battle on his hands, but he made the catch. Foul out on the first pitch here in the 5th inning. It'll bring on Baldequin, who has been hit by a pitch, and he is singled in 2 runs in the 4th inning. That was one of the big blows in that inning. It gave the Legends the lead. They would go on to score 4 more. Chatora to the plate. Boldequin takes a strike at his 0-1. So what happened in the 4th inning? Chatora comes out. He gets an out on the first pitch, delivers a strike to Boldequin. Now he is off the inner part of the plate for a 1-1 count. And we've seen this before. Defense is straight away. Chatora will deliver 1-1, get that at the knees, make it 1-2. And he got into trouble in the 4th inning, could not find a way out of it. Everything seems to be smoothed back out here in the 5th. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Andre Chatora ready to go. The target set by Peroni. The pitch, he swings and misses, does Boldequin. And Chatora on 5 pitches here in the bottom half of the 5th inning has a foul out and a strikeout, 2 gone. Chris Fornacci comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. And this is the way Chatora was pitching in innings 1 through 3. It just makes one scratch one's head to try and comprehend this entire situation. Fornacci belts that foul down the left field line. No balls and a strike. 7-2, Lexington leading, bottom half of the 5th inning. And at least Chatora is able to save the bullpen a bit, which is why Ross kept him in the game. Also have the DH spot coming up in the top of the 6th inning in De Aza, so you keep him up there for another turn. Fornacci batting with Aklinski on deck. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Nobody on base. Chatora into his motion. Snaps off the breaking ball. That danced wide. Now 2-1 on Fornacci. If there is a weakest link to this Lexington lineup here the last 2 nights, he's been it. Towering fly ball to center. Ladarius Clark comes in a bit to his right. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Chatora on 7 pitches in the bottom half of the 5th. We're through 5. Lexington still leads it by the score of 7-2.
Bummer. The Barnstormers are on the road and you're looking for something to do. Clipper Magazine Stadium still has the answer for family fun. The summer movie series returns, presented by Lidl Supermarkets on selected nights throughout the summer season. Bring the kids out to the ballpark for family-friendly movies. For just $6.50 per person, you get to sit on the outfield grass and enjoy a film on the big screen in left center field. Showtime is 7 p.m. For more information and movie listings, go to LancasterBarnstormers.com and click on the events page.
There are those who say,
leave well enough alone.
If it isn't broken, don't fix it.
You don't mess with success.
while others have something quite different to say. The Lexus RX, with enhanced dynamic handling and available 12.3-inch touchscreen. It's the best-selling luxury crossover of all time, reinvented. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg or Lancaster County.
Galen, Deasa, and Clark scheduled for the Barnstormers in the top of the sixth inning. Jeff Thompson working his second inning for the Lexington Legends. Here is Galen to start the sixth. Blake 0 for 2 today. He has struck out, grounded a second. He's hit 2 out of the yard foul. 1 in each of those plate appearances. The last 9 Barnstormer batters have been retired since Mercedes drew a leadoff walk in the 3rd inning upstairs. Ball 1 to Galen. 1-0. An assortment of outs during that stretch. Galen with a ball wrapped, and it is fair. Knocked down by Barnum, who will underhand to Thompson covering. 3-1. Nicely converted against Blake Galen. 1 down, Alejandro De Aza. The designated hitter will come to the plate. De Aza has popped the short, and he is struck out looking 0 for 2 for Alejandro on the afternoon. 7-2 Lexington, all in 1 inning. The Barnstormers had the early lead. The offense has gone into a stall. Fastball missing low. Ball 1, no strikes from the 6'6 right-hander. This season got off to a promising start for the Barnstormers. The first road trip, 4-3. The homestand did not go well. Then the Barnstormers got off to a good start on this trip as De Aza has worked ahead. 2 balls and no strikes here. Winning 5 out of the first 7. But now this, barring a dramatic late inning turnaround, will be the 4th straight loss for the 2nd time this year. De Aza fouls it away. It's 2-1. I think there's a combination of factors going into this. And obviously the biggest thing is the pitching staff being left in tatters between signings and injuries. Upstairs, ball 3. But at the same token, there was this belief that there would be all these players available in April and the first week or 2 of May. And it's always been the case, but with the reshuffling of minor league baseball plus the pandemic, as De Aza now picks up a walk, ending the streak of outs at 10. The Barnstormers have a 1-out runner for Ladarius Clark. It has always been the case when the minor league rosters have been trimmed right before the start of a season, you would have a lot of players available, and that was the reason there was a usually 2 to 3 week gap between the start of the affiliated minor league season and the start of the Atlantic League season, is so those players would have a chance to sign and fill in Atlantic League rosters. And teams were waiting for that. The Barnstormers specifically this year, more than ever, were waiting for those players to become available, and they weren't there. And Lancaster went into spring training with thin ranks. To Clark, spotted in the zone. It's 0-2. De Aza, the runner at first base with 1 out. Blake Alleman, the shortstop, waits on deck. And then players started getting pulled, and Barnstormers have been looking hither and yon to rebuild the pitching staff. Fly ball out to right off the end of the bat. Tillman Pugh with an easy catch. 2 retired here in the 6th inning. Blake Allemond will step in. Allemond is 0 for 2 with a run scored. And I think teams in this league, and maybe most specifically the Barnstormers, but there are others, got caught a little flat-footed, expecting to be able to bulk up the rosters in late April and early May, and discovering that the baseball shelves were bare. Nobody expected it. Blake Alleman bats with 2 outs. Alejandro De Aza, the runner at first base. It is 7-2 in favor of Lexington here in the top half of inning number 6. Taken for a strike by Allemond. 0-1 to him. The right-hander comes to the set. Thompson to the plate. Alleman, a line drive down the right field stripe, headed for the corner. It will be played by Pugh. The Barnstormers will hold. De Aza at third. Alleman sticks at first base. Runners are now at the corners for Nick Schumpert as Lancaster has picked up its third hit of the day. Alleman trying to build a hitting streak. 4 in a row, 7 of 8 for him. His longest streak of the year is 6. Nick Schumpert comes to the plate. The Barnstormers have been on the road for so long that Schumpert still has not played a home game. It's like he's been part of this team for a long time, still has not played a game at Clipper Magazine Stadium or suited up for a game at Clipper Magazine Stadium for that matter. Fouled away, it's 0-1 on the Lancaster third baseman. 0 for 2 for Nick today. He struck out swinging back in the second inning and then lined right to the center fielder Sturgeon the second time up. De Aza at third. Alleman, the runner at first base. Ground ball, second base, should end the inning. Easy play for Fernacci. Schumpert is retired. The Barnstormers cannot produce in the sixth. They get a hit and leave 2 through 5.5 here in Lexington this afternoon. The score is the Legends 7 and the Barnstormers 2.
For the youth of our area, the Barnstormers are offering a wide variety of camps throughout the summer to teach everyone some tips on baseball and softball. Camps are offered to kids as young as 4 and as old as 12. Some even involve the parents. They run from June 15 all the way through August 28. For more information, go to LancasterBarnstormers.com and click on the Clinics tab. All presented by Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster.
Pennsylvanians are creating their own soundtrack. Thanks to PA Lottery Scratch-Offs, excitement's back. Pennies, nickels, dimes, or quarters, no matter your choice, scratching's always in order. With big top prizes and second chance drawings, thrills await. They're out there calling. If it's excitement you seek and you're looking for action, play the PA Lottery. And keep on scratching. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Andrew Chatora remains on the hill for the Barnstormers as we go into the bottom of the sixth inning. Klinsky, Sturgeon, and Pugh, 9-1-2, the scheduled hitters. Chatora has had 4 magnificent innings today and 1 devastating one. He works into the 6th inning for the 3rd consecutive start. He threw 7 against Southern Maryland in a great outing, beating the Blue Crabs 11-2 for his 3rd win of the year. Faced Long Island into the 6th inning on Friday night. He gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned in 5 2/3 innings. Another respectable start for Chatora. And today, just that one clunker of an inning. It's hard to fathom. Here is Eklinski, who has struck out and tripled inside the third base bag. Once again, action starts in the Barnstormers' pen. The right-hander just beginning to get loose down there. And actually, it is Thompson, not Eklinski. Eklinski had been the designated hitter. Thompson will take his own turn at the plate. Facing Chatora, Andro delivers and reaches the inside corner. Strike 1 called. Chatora struck out 2 batters in the midst of the 7-run 4th inning. But nothing was in the range of a defender, along with the 3 walks. Strike 2. 7 strikeouts for Andro today. His season high is 8. Taken low, Thompson batting at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mentioned the start he had against Southern Maryland. Chatora struck out 8 that afternoon on a Sunday. Walked just 1. He matches it here. Strikeout number 8. Thompson goes down looking. Cole Sturgeon, the center fielder, will come to the plate. 2 out of 3 for Sturgeon today, with a run scored and a run batted in. It's simply been the story of one bad stretch for the Barnstormers today, but unless the offense really picks up the pace over the final 3 innings, that one bad stretch is going to be fatal. Sturgeon swings and misses. He goes down a strike. It is 0-1. We actually have a chance at playing in under 3 hours for the first time. That is, even though we're not on pace for it right now, the Barnstormers' half innings are breezing by in a hurry. Inside to Sturgeon. He came into this series hitting .240, but he has been a tough out for the Barnstormers. High pop fly foul coming back and out of play. Cole Sturgeon, left-handed hitting center fielder. We're far more familiar with many of the others in this lineup than we are Sturgeon. Lines that into the right field corner. Hustling after it is Gindel. The ball slows down, doesn't get all the way to the wall. Sturgeon will park at second with a 1-out double here in the 6th inning. Just another extra base hit today and in this series for the Lexington Legends. Tillman Pugh comes to the plate. Pugh is a player who's been in the Can-Am League, and if I'm not mistaken, and there's no way to check this, I know this name, and I think I know this name because I believe he played for the Black Sox at one point. He's bounced around some of the indie circuits. Pugh takes a ball low here from Chitora. It is 1 ball and no strikes, but this name rings a bell, and it rang a bell before we got to Lexington. I'm pretty sure he was with the Black Sox during one of their visits to Clipper Magazine Stadium, and a guy who stood out quite a bit with a Black Sox club, and we've seen why here. Popped up, foul territory. Galen has the shades on, and he lost it. Lost it in the high sky, and it lands on the field of play just in front of the first base dugout untouched. And you know he wasn't going to get any help from the Legends over there. They weren't going to steer him in the right neighborhood. One guy probably yelling, "It's in front of you." Another guy, "It's to your left." Another guy, "To your right." Runner at second base is Sturgeon. 1 out here in the lower half of the 6th inning. And the pitch count for Chitora is bordering once again on the astronomical. He's in the 100s. Last night, Silk threw 122. There's a throw behind the runner, Sturgeon, who's back in at second base. Pugh did not go on the swing, and he's got the advantage in the count. Barnstormers trailing by 5. Lexington with a runner at second base. 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Andrew Chitora peering in to get the sign from Anthony Peroni. The motion, the pitch, swing and a miss. We wrap it up tomorrow night. The Barnstormers will be facing the ace of the Legends, Kevin McGowan, who's won 4 already this year. And Ross is not committed to a starter for tomorrow night. You may see Espinal again. That's a distinct possibility. Line center field, it will fall in front of the charging Ladarius Clark. The runner coming, the throw coming through, and Peroni unable to handle the hop. Chitora does a nice job backing up. Pugh will stay at first. Now it is 8-2. Line single into center field. Sturgeon never hesitated, coming around third. Clark got off a nice throw, but it bounced up. And Peroni trying to get the tag on. Couldn't handle the throw. Here is DJ Peterson, who left the yard with a home run back in the fourth inning. 8-2 our score with play in the bottom of the sixth. And Ross Peoples is just between a rock and a hard place. He ultimately wouldn't want to leave Chatora in, but if you pull him, that's going to stretch the bullpen even more. And that bullpen is hurting too. Ball is low on Peterson. It is 1-0. Lancaster can't get games to the back end. They have one of the league's premier closers, of course, in Scott Schumann, and even he's not 100% right now, but not far away, swinging a foul tip. Pugh, the runner at first, one out. But it's just troubling the bind in which Ross finds himself. And it's not like there are 10 arms out there with AAA or Major League experience where you can ask, gee, which one do we want? Or which two do we want? Which guys can we afford to bring in? The cupboards are bare. Somebody needs to be able to come up and give the Barnstormers a big start. A 6-7 inning, 1 or 2 run quality type start. Line foul down the left side into a tented area. DJ Peterson continuing to bat here in the 6th inning. Andre Chatora now into the 110 range as far as the number of pitches thrown today is concerned. Tillman Pugh leads off first base. Chatora working out of the stretch. Line drive past Shumpert. I think he got a glove on it to slow it down, but that's in left field for a base hit. Peterson is on 3 straight hits. Here with 1 out in the 6th inning, 1st and 2nd. Only 1 out, and it will be Courtney Hawkins coming in. Ross Peoples will come out first. Ross has used only 1 timeout, but he's headed to the plate umpire Ashcraft first. He's going to make the change, and I believe change his defense also. Now, what exactly is he going to do here? We see Clea Luis Rondon coming out. Rondon will go in to play shortstop, and Alamond will move to third. Rondon will bat in the number 7 spot in the batting order. The Barnstormers make the pitching change. We'll sort it all out when we come back. It's 8-2 in favor of Lexington. We'll be back right after these words.
72 years and 4 generations and still going strong. We are Gockenauer Appliances in East Petersburg, and we want to be your appliance store now and into the future. We sell all the best brand names of appliances at the very best prices. We also deliver, install, and service what we sell. Shop local and with your 4-generation hometown appliance store. Come to Gockenauer Appliances and see what a great appliance purchase experience is all about. You can even shop from home now at Gockenauers.com. Thanks for your support.
When everyone has a different craving, Wegmans Meals to Go has it all. All right now, all in one delivery. Pizza with the kids' favorite toppings. A delicious sub made the way you love. Fresh sushi for the whole group, and so much more. It's how busy people get busy eating the meals they love. Order on the Meals to Go app or at mealstogo.com to make everyone happy. Wegmans Meals to Go. All your favorite meals, all in one delivery.
Class-leading rear legroom. Available Mark Levinson Pure Play sound system. And now, for the first time, all-wheel drive. If there's anything missing from the Lexus ES, it's you. The Lexus ES, now available with all-wheel drive. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg or Lancaster County.
2021 ES versus 2020-2021 competitors. Information from manufacturer's website as of 7/16/2020. Mark Levinson is a registered trademark of Hardeman International Industries, Inc.
The Barnstormers do have Alamund at third and Rincon at short. That we have seen. It looks like the outfield trio is the same. Gindel clearly still in right. Certainly looks like Clark in center, Torrance in left. So you don't really gain much with the move, except I guess you could put Rendon into the 4 spot. Rendon will go to the 4 spot. The pitcher spot will be in the 7. So that's what makes sense. Junior Rincon taking over on the hill. We don't get that information relayed to us, and we have to look through the lineup and try and interpret what Ross is doing. But I would imagine that that's it. The Barnstormers picking up 3 spots in the batting order. So I would imagine Rendon will hit 4th here, and the pitcher spot will go to number 7, which just batted in the top of this inning. Junior Rincon misses high. It is ball 1 and no strikes on Courtney Hawkins, who has an infield base hit and 2 walks. 8-2 in favor of Lexington, bottom half of the 6th inning. Rincon back into his motion. Badly outside for ball 2. Peroni gets enough of it to keep the runners in check. 2 balls, no strikes. There's been a lot over the past 2 or 3 innings for these kids to cheer about in Lexington today. It's been all legends over the middle section of this ball game. 2-0, ball 3 missing. And again, Rincon coming in out of the bullpen, and he can't find the strike zone. It's got to be frustrating for him. A guy who has walked 15 in 14 innings over his 10 appearances. And Ross Peoples is coming out, Jr., indicating that he is hurt. And the Barnstormers are going to have to make another switch on a 3-0 count to Courtney Hawkins. So, scratch another one from the roster for the time being. It is something that tends to snowball. And the Barnstormers will go, I believe this is Jordan McCrum coming in, who has found success so far. And Lancaster is going to probably want to use him, I would think, conceivably for the rest of the afternoon, as long as things go all right. He'll get as much time as he wants to loosen up here. And we're going to take a break for these messages.
72 years and 4 generations and still going strong. We are Gochnauer Appliances in East Petersburg, and we want to be your appliance store now and into the future. We sell all the best brand names of appliances at the very best prices. We also deliver, install, and service what we sell. Shop local and with your 4th-generation hometown appliance store. Come to Gochnauer Appliances and see what a great appliance purchase experience is all about. You can even shop from home now at Gochnauers.com. Thanks for your support.
When everyone has a different craving, Wegmans Meals to Go has it all. All right now, all in one delivery. Pizza with the kids' favorite toppings. A delicious sub made the way you love. Fresh sushi for the whole group, and so much more. It's how busy people get busy eating the meals they love. Order on the Meals to Go app or at mealstogo.com to make everyone happy. Wegmans Meals to Go. All your favorite meals, all in one delivery.
Class-leading rear legroom. Available Mark Levinson Pure Play sound system. And now, for the first time, all-wheel drive. If there's anything missing from the Lexus ES, it's you. The Lexus ES, now available with all-wheel drive. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg or Lancaster County.
2021 ES versus 2020-2021 competitors. Information from manufacturer's website as of 7/16/2020. Mark Levinson is a registered trademark of Hardman International Industries, Inc.
Junior Rincon has departed the game with an injury following his third pitch. It appears to involve his right arm. Jordan McCrum, in the process of warming up, almost tripped and fell down. McCrum has been an early success story on the mound for the Barnstormers. He did lose the game on the home run by Walner Espinal on Saturday, but that's about the only blemish. He has walked nobody. He has struck out 5 in 3 1/3 innings, giving up 2 hits and 1 earned run. He's 0-1 with, it's almost meaningless with as few innings as he has, a 2.7 earned run average. But he inherits a mess, first and second with 1 out and a 3-ball no-strike count. As the Barnstormers pitching staff has dealt yet another blow here today. And the temptation, and this is a temptation that Ross, I think, has done a very good job staying away from, is to rush the injured guys back. You know he wants Lakin. You know he wants Shirley. You know he wants Granitz. But if you rush them when they're coming off injuries, you're only going to make it worse. And you especially want to be careful with Jared Lakin. You don't want to ruin that opportunity for him to go to the Olympics. Jordan McCrum gets as long as he wants to warm up, working with Anthony Peroni here. Runners are at first and second. Pugh at second. Peterson at first. Just 1 out in the inning. On the 8th strikeout for Andro Chatora. These runners belong to Andro. He worked 5 1/3 innings this afternoon, giving up 10 hits. To this point, the 8 runs. He walked 3, all in that toxic 4th inning. Struck out 8, and he hit a batter. Jordan McCrum continuing to loosen on the hill. The product of Monmouth College or University, I can't remember which it is, and the University of Pittsburgh. In his first professional opportunity, signing with the Barnstormers about the time the club was headed to Southern Maryland. He is from Princeton, New Jersey. You've got him and Peroni. Heath Fillmyer was from that Mercer County, Trenton, Princeton area. McCrum does not seem comfortable warming up out there. We've seen him lose his balance a couple of times on these warm-up tosses. He is under no rush, but he says he's ready to go. 3 balls, no strikes to Courtney Hawkins with runners at first and second and 1 man out. The one downside of being in a partner league, you do not have a player well to draw from. You do not have that team below you in the organization where you can call a couple of players up for a few days. Hawkins awaits the 3-0. McCrum will miss. It's ball 4. And that, I believe, belongs to Rincon. McCrum will start afresh against Keon Barnum with the bases loaded and 1 out. 12 runs on Sunday, 9 last night, and to this point, 8 this afternoon in the middle 3 innings. That adds up to 29 runs from innings 4 through 6. And still going with the bases loaded, one out. Here in the bottom of the sixth to Barnum, it is high. Ball one and no strikes. Second pitch thrown by Jordan McCrum. 8-2 in favor of the Lexington Legends. The Barnstormers still on the hunt for pitching. Hanging out the help wanted sign. Swing and a miss. 1-1. The count on slugging Keon Barnum. Barnstormers coaching staff, they're equal opportunity employers. If you have any pitching experience whatsoever, ball two is outside. Make it 2-1 now to Barnum. Jordan Pacheco, the catcher, waits on deck. Lancaster got through the first 3 innings today in good shape. They got through the first 4 innings last night in reasonable shape. The same was true on Sunday. Barnum spins a foul off to the left and out of play. McCrum is even with him, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And I think we have, because of the pitching injury, lost out on the chance to get this one in under 3 hours today. It may still be there, but we'll have 2.5 innings to go after this one. We'd have to get them in probably a half an hour or less. Jordan McCrum back to work on Keon Barnum. It's fouled to the screen, and the hitter will continue with a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pugh, the runner at third, Peterson at second, Hawkins aboard at first. 1 out in the inning, and that came on the leadoff strikeout of the pitcher Thompson. The 8th strikeout of the day for Andro Chatora, matching his top figure of the season. He now has struck out 32 batters in 30 innings. McCrum is ready to go. The pitch taken to center field. Ladarius Clark got turned around on it. It's over his head and rolling to the wall. This is going to score 2. Here comes Hawkins steaming around. 3 runs are across on a double over Ladarius Clark in center field. Keon Barnum makes it 11-2 in favor of Lexington. Pugh, Peterson scoring easily. Hawkins waved around also. Jordan McCrum giving up the long double. The book is closed on Chatora. He gives up 10 runs, all earned. Rincon surrenders 1. And now it is all up to McCrum. He'll be facing Jordan Pacheco, who is 1 for 3. That was a double back in the 4th inning. So for the 3rd game in a row, the Barnstormers have been reached for at least 9 runs in the middle 3 innings. It has not been a pleasant experience. High and inside for a ball here, 1-0 on Jordan Pacheco. But again, you've got a guy just out of college and not a major college baseball program. Pitt is good, but not what we would call a top-tier program. Yes, it is a major college, so I'll clarify that, but not a top-tier program, not a Texas or a Louisiana State or a Virginia or a Vanderbilt. Swung on and missed. Up against a lineup that has former major leaguers, former first-round draft picks, guys with a tremendous amount of success in this league. McCrum back to work. Pacheco hits a topper up the line at third, foul. The difference is that the Barnstormers have had to use so many of these pitchers with little experience. Everybody's got a couple of them, but they can be sort of hidden in the bullpen, used in one-sided games. In on the hands, popped up behind third base. Tough play. That ball is going to land fair Down the left field line, moving ahead just to third is Barnum. Pacheco with the bloop single, and on it goes. 6 men in a row have reached base for the Lexington Legends. Runners are at the corners, and the batter is the shortstop, Roberto Baldequin. Baldequin has been hit by a pitch. He has singled in a pair of runs, and he has struck out. Just 1 out in the inning. 4 more runs home for Lexington. The Barnstormers now have given up double figures for the 10th time in 24 games. The 3rd game in a row, all 6 on the opening homestand. A ball is low, 1-0 on Baldequin. First and third, 1 out. McCrum looking for some way to get the ball hit on the ground. Next pitch bends to the outside corner. He gets that over. And there's a chance for Lexington to bat around for the 2nd time in 3 innings. McCrum would need outs on the next 2 batters. Otherwise, it'll be a 10th guy batting in an inning for the 2nd time in the game. Foul ball back. So he has the advantage on Baldequin here. Does Jordan McCrum. Fresh-faced youngster trying to figure out the puzzle of pitching at a professional level and insert it into a league that I think offensively right now, there's a hopper to Rondon out at second. Mercedes fires back to first. That won't be in time, and another run scores. This run is on McCrum's blotter as Baldequin hits the high hopper, driving in his 3rd run of the day. Barnum is home. The out at second, 6-4. And here is Chris Fernacci, the 9th man to step in this inning. But offensively, you look at these lineups here in the Atlantic League, and it's still AAA level competition on average. You got a lot of big league hitters, you got a lot of AAA guys, and maybe some guys who have climbed up the independent ranks, but they're very seasoned veterans in the partner leagues. Ball is outside, 1-0 on Fernacci. But the pitching is not at that AAA level. You've got Major League AAA pitchers. The clubs that have 7 or 8 of them are succeeding. The clubs that have just a couple of them are not. Breaking ball is there. Fernacci bats at 1-1 against Jordan McCrum. Lone runner at the moment is Baldequin over at first base. Here is the delivery. Fastball misses away. 5 runs home in this inning. 12-2 the score. The Barnstormers once again suffering through a long game, giving up a ton of runs. Fernacci with a pop-up, spinning foul, backing out of play, and everybody's asking, when will this stretch end? Will it end? And it has to end. But how do you get through it? What's the secret? And nobody has the answer to it. So many guys signed, nobody out there with experience to replace them. Fastball is up from McCrum. Baldequin, the runner at first base. Fernacci, the 9th man to bat here in the 6th inning. They sent 11 up in the 4th. We saw a 15-batter 5th inning at Long Island on Sunday. Chris Fernacci batting. Galen isn't even bothering to hold Baldequin on anymore. He takes off on the 3-2. The ball is lobbed to right center field. Gindel coming in on it at the end, makes the catch. That'll do it in the bottom of the 6th, but it's 5 runs on 5 hits, no errors. 1 man is stranded. We're at the end of 6 this afternoon in Lexington. The Legends are leading by the score of 12-2.
The Lexus NX is crafted to take on the modern adventure called life.
Alexa, what's the quickest route home?
With Amazon Alexa compatibility and the advanced Lexus safety system, the Lexus NX is modern utility for the modern world. Because modern obstacles require modern solutions. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg or Lancaster County.
Amazon Alexa and all related logos are trademarks of Amazon.com Inc. or its affiliates. Not all Amazon Alexa functionality is available for in-vehicle use.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Come on, everybody! Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
We're through 6 innings today, 12 runs, 12 hits, 1 error for Lexington. The Legends have stranded 5. Barnstormers 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and Lancaster also has stranded 5 base runners today. Anthony Peroni, the catcher, will lead off the top half of the 7th inning against Jeff Thompson, who is in for his 3rd inning today and likely to be the winner in this ball game, unless something thoroughly bizarre happens. Barnstormers have used 3 pitchers over the first 6 innings. Lexington just 2. Peroni has walked and he has struck out. He takes a ball up here, 1-0. Lancaster pitchers today, 136 pitches and 85 strikes, so a reasonable percentage in the zone, but still 4 walks and a hit batter given up, almost 1 an inning. Peroni takes a strike. It is 1-1. Lancaster was without a first base coach, so Trayvon Robinson heads out there. Ball game at the moment, 2 hours and 38 minutes old. As we just start the 7th inning, ball 2 is up to Anthony Peroni. Torrance on deck, and then Gindel. Lancaster down by 10. The biggest loss of the year has been 13, 16-3 to Gastonia. Inside and low. Wind blowing in from right field. It failed to knock down the leadoff blast by Gindel this afternoon. The motion, Thompson to the plate. Peroni is almost hit, and he gets ball 4, takes off the gear and heads to first. 4 walks drawn by the Barnstormers on the afternoon. Devon Torrance will be the batter. Torrance singled home a run back in the 2nd inning, giving the Barnstormers a 2-0 lead at that time. Little did we realize the game would turn into this. At that point, Chatora looked so good for the first 3 innings and somehow ends up allowing 10 runs on the day. Torrance is in with Peroni aboard, not being held. The pitch to Devon, a wicked swing and a miss. No balls and a strike. Lancaster has mustered just the 3 hits. The homer by Gindel, a single by Torrance, and a base hit by Alamon last inning. Torrance looks at a second strike. It is 0-2. It may be once the Barnstormers get settled in at home, things will be better. The road may have been a little bit too long. Torrance down swinging on just 3 pitches here against Jeff Thompson. 1 out, and Gindel will come back around. That's part of the explanation, but ultimately it comes back to the pitching. Then the question becomes, when does it get into the position players' heads? Because it can so easily. Gindel is swing and a miss. He's down a strike. It is 0-1. These things will tend to snowball. And somehow the Barnstormers have to find the right player, find the right pitcher, make the right move. And it can happen, but it's got to happen reasonably soon, or the first half is shot. Defensive indifference. Peroni takes off for second. Nobody was worried about him. You can't give him a stolen base on that. Gindel batting at a ball and a strike. Lancaster down by 10 here in the 7th inning. And the Barnstormers had a promising start to this one again. Gindel takes a ball inside and low. We're going to, it appears, get to the 3-hour mark for the 21st consecutive scheduled 9-inning game. To Gindel, fouled away. On deck is the second baseman, Melvin Mercedes, who has reached base today. He does not have a base hit. Action begins in the Lexington bullpen. Nobody is throwing yet, but somebody's about to. He picks up a baseball after stretching out. A left-hander is working down there. Gindel looks at a breaking ball. That gets back to the outside corner for strike 3. 8 strikeouts now for Lexington pitching on the day. And here's Mercedes. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. (12-2). Lexington in the lead. Thompson to Mercedes, up and away for a ball. It is 1-0. Mercedes came into the afternoon batting .378, still up among the Atlantic League leaders. He stayed over .400 for a while. He is crowded by the pitch and gets to 2-0. The Legends ask for an appeal. They don't get it. Runner Peroni leads off second. The pitch is slammed to deep right center field by Mercedes. That ball is into the alley and bouncing up against the boards. Peroni will score. Mercedes around second, puts on the brakes, satisfied with a double. So there's his hit for the day. RBI 2-bagger. Driving in Anthony Peroni, and the Barnstormers get 1 run back. It's now 12-3. Here is Blake Galen, 0 for 3 for him on the day. He is struck out, and he is grounded out twice. Signs will be discussed. Pacheco and Thompson may be crossed up some. Each pitching staff now has walked 4, struck out 8. But it's 12 hits to 4 and 12 runs to 3. 14th run batted in of the season for Mercedes on his 7th double. He's the runner at second with 2 men gone. Galen digs in. On deck is Rondon. First pitch strike. It is 0-1. Thompson's next pitch, up and away. Galen bats at 1 ball and 1 strike. Mercedes stands at second for 2 outs. The Barnstormers once again striking with some runs late in one of these contests after the dreadful middle innings. Innings 4 through 6 on Sunday afternoon, the Barnstormers were outscored 12-0. Galen takes a strike and falls behind in the count here. Last night, in innings 4 through 6, they were outscored 9-5. The Barnstormers had scored 5 runs in the top of the fourth. And today, 12-0. 32 runs allowed by the pitching staff in the middle 3 innings over the last 3 games. Galen lets it go. The fastball is outside. Jeff Thompson has worked since the 5th inning. He gives up a run here in the 7th on the second hit he's allowed, but he has been solid. He has never jeopardized the lead. Should get the win here today. That pitch missed badly, and Thompson fell off balance. Galen gets the walk. Thompson has now put 3 on, and the batter will be Clay Luis Rendon, batting for the first time today. Rendon, the switch-hitting Barnstormers shortstop, stepping in from the left side here against Thompson with 2 outs and 2 runners on base. Here's the pitch. Rendon lets it go. It is a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Mercedes at second. Galen, the runner aboard at first base. We'll see how respectable the Barnstormers can make this along the way. Rendon chases that and misses. No balls and 2 strikes from Jeff Thompson. Rendon walks away for a moment to remove his helmet, put it back on, and collect his thoughts. 0-2 to him. 2 teammates aboard with 2 outs. Thompson ready to go to Rendon. That is pulled to right center field and down for a base hit. Here comes Mercedes around to score. Galen parks at second. It is 12-4 as Clay Luis Rendon singles in a run. Ladarius Clark now the batter in a 12-4 ball game. The pattern continues. Once again, back come the Barnstormers in the late innings after giving up so many runs in the middle frames. Clark today is 0 for 3, is fly to center and to right, as well as striking out swinging back in the 3rd inning. Lancaster has lopped a couple of runs off the lead with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Ladarius Clark, the batter. Thompson to the plate. Clark drives this to straightaway center. Back toward the left center field alley is Sturgeon. He will make the catch for the final out. Clark unable to get the ball to travel far today. Lancaster does collect 2 runs in the 7th inning on 2 hits with no errors. A couple of men left on base. Time for the 7th inning stretch here at Lexington Legends Ballpark. It is Lexington 12 and the Barnstormers 4.
You can enjoy a night at the ballpark and help out the United Way of Lancaster County. All you have to do is spend 3 hours as an usher during a Barnstormers home game, and the ball club will donate $20 in your name to the United Way program of your choice. Be a friendly face, have fun, and raise money for your favorite local charity. To sign up, go to the LancasterBarnstormers.com website and head to the community link, and we'll see you at the ballpark.
When everyone has a different craving, Wegmans Meals to Go has it all. All right now, all in one delivery. Pizza with the kids' favorite toppings. A delicious sub made the way you love. Fresh sushi for the whole group, and so much more. It's how busy people get busy eating the meals they love. Order on the Meals to Go app or at mealstogo.com to make everyone happy. Wegmans Meals to Go. All your favorite meals, all in one delivery.
Twelve to 4 now as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and it's like the Barnstormers have played the same game 3 days in a row, or 3 games in a row. Giving up a bundle of runs in the middle innings, and then after falling behind by a tremendous amount, coming back with a vengeance and getting runs on the board to make it more respectable. Scheduled to lead off here in the bottom of the 7th is the pitcher's spot for the Lexington Legends, but they are going to bat for Thompson here. This will be Darlin De La Rosa. We saw him for a plate appearance last night. And he struck out against Donald Goodson in the 5th inning. He gets to lead off the 7th, and then it will be Sturgeon and Pugh at the top of the order. Jordan McCrum remains in the ball game for the Barnstormers. He's into the motion. His first pitch is popped up off the wrists. Melvin Mercedes has the ball head in his direction. 1 pitch, 1 out for McCrum in the bottom of the 7th. Bringing around the center fielder, Cole Sturgeon. Sturgeon 3 for 4. 2 runs scored and an RBI. He doubled to right, triggering the 5-run 6th inning. He had a key base hit in the 7-run 4th. Jordan McCrum has finally been able to cool off the Legends a bit. He delivers a strike. It is 0-1 on Sturgeon. He got the final 2 outs last inning, but he gave up a 3-run double to the first batter he faced in Keon Barnum, a ball that just carried a lot deeper than Ladarius Clark thought it was going to. Fouled at the plate and a 2nd strike. Barnstormers will send Allemond, the pitcher spot, and Peroni up in the 8th inning. So in that pitcher spot, I would imagine we'll see either Kelly Dugan or Trayvon Robinson bring the lumber to the plate. Partial swing, he did not go. Ball 1 on Sturgeon. Lancaster hasn't had a big day at the plate, with 4 runs on 5 hits. Could win a lot of ball games, you would think. Popped up, shallow center. On comes Clark for the catch, and that is out number 2. Tillman Pugh, 1 out of 4, a single and an RBI. And I am almost positive that Pugh was a member of the Black Sox during those spring training games, maybe in 19, possibly 18. And he stood out in those games at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Just a guy you had in the back of your mind that you might want down the road. He ends up here in Lexington. Breaking ball is outside, 1-0. Barnstormers trailing 12-4 here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Lexington has had a lefty tuned up in the bullpen. He's ready to go. Jordan McCrum back to work. Angles a pitch over. And he's 1-1 on Pugh. Every once in a while, that lefty will deliver a pitch. He's got a violent leg kick on the follow-through. Chopper up the third baseline. Tough play. Digging it up is Allemond. His throw stretches out Galen, and no chance to make a play there. It's an infield base hit for Tillman Pugh. 2 outs and a runner aboard. That's been happening to the Barnstormers a lot, too. When they need an out, when they need a quick exit to an inning, the infield base hits, they're killers. And that throw got away. The first Barnstormer error of the game will be charged to Allemond. Pugh motors ahead to second. It's the first error for the Barnstormers in the series. Ultimately, the defense has been clean here. The batter is Peterson with 2 outs and the runner in scoring position. It is late in the afternoon here on this Wednesday in Lexington. Driven fouled on the right side by Peterson for a strike. It is 0-1. Peterson homered in the fourth inning, singled in the sixth. He is 2 for 4 in the ball game this afternoon. High and outside. Ball 1, strike 1 to Peterson. Not certain who the pitcher is that's going to come in, but I think it's one of the lefties we saw last night. I think it's Gibson, but I haven't quite been able to read the number. Strike on the outside corner to Doug Peterson. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. At second base is Tillman Pugh. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Lancaster down by 8. McCrum peering in, getting the sign from his battery mate Anthony Peroni. Here is the set, the pitch, ground ball shortstop. This belongs to Rondon. Cleo will set, and he throws high, but it's reachable for Galen, who lays the tag on to end the inning. No runs on a hit, an error, 1 man left on base. We're through 7 today in Lexington. It is 12-4 in favor of the Legends.
We are finally back enjoying Barnstormers baseball. I'm Adam Gocknauer from Gocknauer Appliances and thrilled to be sponsoring Barnstormers baseball yet again. We also wanted to thank all of you for your incredible support for our business during the pandemic. We are so happy to still be here helping you with the best brand names and the best prices of major appliances in the area. Enjoy the game, and we will continue to service you now and into the future. Gocknauer Appliances in East Petersburg and on the web at gocknauers.com.
Like craft beers? Then the best place to be in Lancaster is Clipper Magazine Stadium. That's right, celebrate baseball or just a night with your friends at the Broken Bat Deck down the right field line. The Broken Bat features more than 20 local craft breweries plus product from a local winery. Food including Otto's Meatballs is sold off a pub-style menu. So get together, hang out with your friends, or make some new ones. Enjoy a night of craft beer sampling along with a Barnstormers game.
We're headed into the 8th inning. Alamond will be followed by the pitcher spot. And it looks like Trayvon Robinson bringing a bat out. And then Anthony Peroni. We've got some changes defensively for the Lexington Legends. New first baseman. That is Sam Claycamp taking over for Keon Barnum there, and there is a brand new left-hander on the mound. We'll try and get you caught up to everything when we have the chance. Pete Jorgen is now in as the catcher, and Tony Singrani is the left-hander on the mound. I knew it was one of the guys we faced last night, but they're wearing jerseys. The numbers are really tough to read, but that is 20. Singrani takes over for Jeff Thompson, who worked 3 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs. He walked 3 and struck out 3. Blake Alamond will bat right-handed here in the 8th inning. Alamond 1 for 3 with a run scored today. He has a stolen base, his 4th of the year. Alamond now the third baseman. I mentioned last night, he has played 7 different positions this year. The only 2 Alamond has missed as he takes a strike, catcher and center field. He's played the corners in the outfield. He's played all 4 infield positions, and he has pitched for the Barnstormers here in 2021, and we're not that deep into the season. Ball is high, 1-1 from Singrani. Singrani last night pitched an inning, walked 1, struck out 1. He is on the outside corner to Alamond, and it's 1-2. Lancaster with a left-hander warming up in the bullpen for the bottom of the 8th inning. High pop fly foul off of Alleman's bat. It's 2-2. And I think that might possibly be Gindel. But we'll see. Can't tell, kind of down in the shadows. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Blake Alleman gets a piece, fouls it back. He is a tough out, Blake Alleman. He will fight you tooth and nail. An 8-run deficit, top half of the 8th inning. And yeah, we've reached the 3-hour mark again. Alleman fights off another pitch from Cingrani. Still up there at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cingrani, left-hander with some time logged at the major league level. He was there from 2012 to 2018. Fastball swing and a miss. Alleman goes down. We have 1 away in the 8th inning, and it will bring on Trayvon Robinson as a Barnstormers pinch hitter. Cingrani was with Cincinnati from 2012 through the beginning of 2017, and then the Dodgers appeared in 2017 and 2018, 52 games as a Dodger, 164 for the Reds. He was a starter early in his career. Back in 13 and 14, moved to the bullpen. Robinson will face him. Trayvon gives one a ride down the left field line. That ball is curling foul, however. Part of the story for the Barnstormers today, the inability to straighten things out. Galen wailed on a couple foul down the right field line. And now Robinson goes down the left stripe. It is 0-1. Lancaster trailing by 8. One out, nobody on. Anthony Peroni scheduled to bat next. A strike to the inside corner on Robinson. It's 0-2 on Trayvon. 1 out in the top half of the 8th inning. Tony Cingrani will go back to work. Trayvon looks at a called third strike. He goes down. Cingrani has come on and fan 2. Anthony Peroni will step to the plate. 2 walks, 1 strikeout for Peroni. League just released 53 Atlantic League player contracts have been purchased by Major League Baseball organizations. That is quite a haul. First pitch strike in on Peroni. It is 0-1 from Cingrani. Most of those guys have gone to AA or AAA. Two outs, nobody on base. Cingrani to Peroni, a foul ball back to the screen. Tony Cingrani not far from striking out the side here in the 8th inning. Lancaster picked up 2 runs off of Jeff Thompson last inning in his 3rd inning of work. RBI double for Mercedes and an RBI single for Rendon. Down and in, and Peroni remains alive, as does the Barnstormers half of the 8th inning. The motion, the pitch, that is cut on and missed, and Cingrani does strike out the side here in the top of the 8th inning. Nothing across. We'll go to the bottom half of the 8th with the score, Lexington 12 and the Barnstormers 4.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me. Are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Come on, everybody! Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Well, the Barnstormers bring on Caleb Gindel to pitch the bottom half of the eighth inning. Blake Galen had the honors last night. These are desperate times for the Barnstormers, and I'm not saying that Gindel and Galen can't pitch because both have demonstrated that they can, but it's not the route you want to be going necessarily. Gindel takes over on the mound. Trayvon Robinson out to play right field for the bottom of the eighth inning with Lexington ahead by the score of 12-4. Courtney Hawkins getting ready to lead off the eighth inning. He has not been retired in the ball game. And after him will be Sam Claycamp batting for the first time today. We saw Claycamp last night. Gindel, a 5'8" swing player. Got into nearly 20 ball games on the mound 2 seasons ago. This year, the pitching aspect of his game has not gone terribly well, and that's a kink that Ross Peoples will take this day at the opportunity to work out. Gindel has worked twice previously on the mound. He's given up 3 hits and 5 runs in 2/3 of an inning. He has walked 5, hasn't struck out anybody. Galen has been in 5 games as a pitcher and ultimately 6 appearances because he bounced to the mound twice on the first homestand. Courtney Hawkins leads off against Gindel here in the 8th inning. Caleb ready to go, and the first pitch is poured in for a called strike. It is 0-1. Jordan McCrum, not bad, an inning and 2/3. I should say not bad, all things considered. He gave up 3 hits and 1 run in his inning and 2/3. He did not walk anybody. He did not strike out anybody. Ball 1, strike 1 now on Courtney Hawkins. Gindel shaking off Peroni. Now they get together. Here's the wind, the pitch to the inside corner, and it's 1-2. Gindel takes pitching very seriously. He was an all-star level player in high school, both as an outfielder and on the mound. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and he relishes the role of pitching. And he had moments of brilliance on the mound 2 years ago. 2-2, hammered out the left field by Hawkins, in for a base hit. Good play on the first hop by Torrance to keep that as a single. And the Legends pick up their 14th hit of the day. Sam Claycamp will bat for the first time. Claycamp took over at first base for Barnum, who doubled in 3 runs in the 6th inning. We saw Claycamp come out in the top of the 8th. Hawkins has not been retired today. He's aboard at first. Nobody out, lower half of the 8th inning. Gindel will go to work. Claycamp takes a ball high. It is 1-0. Claycamp grounded out 4-3. His 1 plate appearance in last night's game in the late innings. Gets one off the fist, fouls it away. 1 ball and 1 strike. He is 3 out of 24 on the season. So he has seen some playing time. He's also walked 9 times. The hits are all singles. He's driven in 3 runs. Lexington leads today 12-4. The Legends won 13-8 here last night. The pitch, line drive past Mercedes into right field. And 2 straight hits now off of Gindel in the 8th inning. First and second with nobody out. With the catcher coming in. No longer is that Jordan Pacheco. This is Jorgen stepping in. Jorgen doesn't play a lot. He's 0 for 3 with a run batted in. Thus far on the season, Pete Jorgen is a 26-year-old. Runners are at first and second. And the first pitch missing to Jorgen for a ball. It is 1-0. Infield set, double play depth. Rendon plays with the dirt for a moment at shortstop just to make sure there are no unnatural obstacles that would cause anything but a smooth trip into his glove. Called strike. And to Jorgen now, 1-1. At second, Hawkins. At first is Claycamp. The pitch, chopper back toward the hill. Gindel has it. His only play, though, is to first. He made sure of that. 1-3 on the conversion. Hawkins up the third, and Claycamp goes to second base. That brings on Roberto Baldequin, who has driven in 3 runs today, 1 out of 3 officially. There are Legends at second and third with 1 gone against Caleb Gindel here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Lancaster will have Torrance, Gindel, and Mercedes to come to the plate in the top of the 9th. That ball is pummeled deep to left field. Torrance going back, and the walls will not contain it. A 3-run home run for Roberto Baldequin, and now it is 15-4 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Another home run given up by the Barnstormers today. That's the second. 15 runs on the board. They are all of the earned variety in 7 1/3 innings. That's not going to help the team numbers, which already are grim. 1 out. Chris Fornacci will come to the plate. He is 0 for 4. The Barnstormers trailing now by 11, 15-4. A ball club that has given up 15 or more runs now. And there, it doesn't let up. A line drive base hit by Fornacci. 4th hit of this inning. 17 total for the Legends on the day. Talking about the number of runs given up by the Barnstormers, this club now has given up 15 or more runs in a game for the 5th time on the season in 24 games. Tony Cingrani, the pitcher, stands in. He takes a strike from Gindel. It's 0-1. Fornacci, the runner at first base, 1 out. Nobody has been held at the bag for quite some time. Cingrani flails and misses. It's 0-2. The Barnstormers kept the Legends in check for the first 3 innings today, but now 15 runs in the last 5. Cingrani didn't look good on that at bat. A 3-pitch strikeout for Caleb Gindel. 2 men retired, and we're back to the top of the order, and Cole Sturgeon, the center fielder. 3 out of 5 for Sturgeon today. But it's a problem in need of a solution as far as the Barnstormers are concerned. You can't exist. The whole team will spiral severely downward, giving up 12, 14, 15, 18 runs at a time. The guys are on the field too long. At least it has been pleasantly cool for them here in Lexington. But you make these 85-degree nights, a 95-degree afternoon, and down the road, that is going to take its toll. Because in these 3.5-hour games, 4-hour games, the Barnstormers are out in the field for 2 hours and 15 minutes. very little time in the shelter, even though the offense is typically pretty productive. Cole Sturgeon, the batter, he looks at a pitch that is far high. And we go to 3-1 here. 2 outs for Nachi, the runner at first base. Tillman Pugh, the right fielder, waits on deck. 2 hits for him. Lancaster with a game here tomorrow night, a 9-hour trip home, and a series against West Virginia starting on the weekend. And there is ball 4 given up to Sturgeon. Second straight ball game that the Lexington Legends have embarked on their 6th trip through the batting order, first and second with Tillman Pugh stepping in. There is action with a right-hander throwing in the Lexington bullpen. Singrani got his turn at the plate, and then it looks like he's going to come out. Gindel is high and wide. Ball 1 and no strikes here. The Legends sent 11 men to the plate in the 4th inning, 9 in the 6th, and here in the 8th, they're on batter number 8. Tillman Pugh takes ball 2 and no strikes. The Barnstormers will be very, very glad to get back home, but they will reach home after 8 in the morning on Friday. Try to get some quick Z's in, and that is just my whole deal about why you don't schedule these day games in the middle. It should be the final game of the series. That is what the Barnstormers do. They have the one camp day. It'll come up on getaway day against High Point. We're going to have a mound visit now as Gindel walks his 2nd in a row. The bases are loaded for DJ Peterson in this 15-4 ball game. There are no immediate answers to the Barnstormers conundrum. Peoples had at least one timeout to spare, and he uses it here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Peterson, the 9th man to bat in what is already a 3-run inning with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Here is the motion by Caleb. Full windup. Swing and a miss by Peterson. He goes down a strike. It is 0-1. Peterson 2 for 5 on the day. Again, the 6th trip through the batting order for the Lexington Legends. Gindel again with a fastball. This is high. It's ball 1, strike 1. Ross and the Barnstormers have got to be to the point they want this game over. Peterson with a strike off the end of the bat. Foul up clearing the stadium rooftop. 1 ball, 2 strikes on DJ Peterson. Caleb Gindel rears back, brings it home. The fastball again high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just looking for the out here. Inside for ball 3. The count fills 3-2. Everybody will be running with the pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Peterson. They'll be running, but they won't necessarily be running at full tilt here. Gindel with the payoff to Peterson. That is hit high in the air, right center field. Over is Trayvon Robinson. The wind pushes that back toward the infield rather noticeably. A fly out to end the inning. Gindel is finally through it. 3-run score on 4 hits. There were no errors in the inning, and 3 left on by Lexington. The top of the 9th rolls around. It is Lexington 15 and the Barnstormers 4.
At Clipper Magazine Stadium, we have hot dogs and popcorn, peanuts, soda, and nachos. But what if, say, you are only 3 months old and mom wants to have a night out and watch the Barnstormers? Well, thanks to May Grant Obstetrics and Gynecology, the littlest of Stormer fans now have a place to go for dinner during the game. Tots can take mom to the Little Sluggers dugout behind Section 13 at the stadium for a comfortable private feeding experience. A brightly painted room with comfortable furniture and TVs tuned to the game, it is the perfect spot for baby and mom during a night at the ballpark.
I'm an aficionado.
I'm a sneakerhead.
I'm a foodie.
Gamer. I'm a gym rat.
There are many names for enthusiast,
A fashionista.
but there's only one way to become one. By going all in. The Lexus IS Sports Sedan is our obsession. Relentlessly engineered and designed to be the most responsive IS ever. It's what we call going all in on the sports sedan. The Lexus IS. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg or Lancaster County.
New pitcher on to get his feet wet here in the Atlantic League is Max Tannenbaum. He will show up in the top half of the 9th inning. 5'10", 190-pounder, 24 years of age, out of Coral Springs, Florida. He went to Babson College. He's not the only recent product of Babson to join the league. Torrance, Gindel, and Mercedes will face him, at least to get started here in the top of the 9th inning. Lexington with the 15-4 lead. The throw goes through from the young catcher Jorgen. It's that kind of a day, and we'll see if the Barnstormers can gain some ground against Tannenbaum, which I think of the German Christmas carol O Tannenbaum, which is a Christmas tree, or so I am told. This is Max Tannenbaum facing Devon Torrance, who singled in a run back in the 2nd inning, 1 out of 3 today. The pitch to Torrance is off the outside part of the plate for a ball, 1-0. Lancaster with 5 hits today. They've drawn 5 walks and put that together to cross the plate 4 times. Not all that bad. 1-0. Ball 2 is outside to Devon Torrance. Devon now with 9 runs batted in, getting into the neighborhood of becoming the 9th Barnstormer to knock in 10 runs this season. Swing and a miss. He took a healthy cut at the 2-0, but again, Tannenbaum was keeping the ball away from him. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Infielders are way back against Torrance. If he dribbles a ball, he'll probably beat it out. Again, a fastball away, swung at and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tony Cingrani fanned the side back in the 8th inning. 3 outs left to go this afternoon. 21st straight 3-hour plus 9-inning game for this club. Not tempted as Torrance there. It's 3-2 from Tannenbaum. Caleb Gindel, now the pitcher officially in this ball game in the on-deck circle. Gindel started us with a home run on the first pitch of the day. Here's the delivery. Torrance smacks it sharply. 2 skips to the second baseman, Fornacci. 1 out here in the top half of the 9th inning. Gindel will step in. Overall, Caleb 1 for 4 on the day. 7 home runs, 18 runs batted in for Gindel this year. He led the ball club in both departments back in 2019, 22 and 91 respectively. Outfield straightaway. The infield plays Gindel to pull. Tannenbaum ready to deliver. Gindel takes a ball up and in, 1-0. Barnstormers will try to regroup for tomorrow night, and as this series has gone along, I would anticipate we're going to see Espinal on the mound tomorrow against Kevin McGowan. Strike at the knees. Gindel bats 1-1. And then the Barnstormers will be back to Dominic DeSabatino for Friday night against West Virginia. And then Lancaster will have seen every opposing team on the year. Swung on and missed. It is 1-2. West Virginia, the only team we have not faced so far. The Barnstormers have run into a buzzsaw here in Lexington. Caleb Gindel bats 1 and 2 on deck. Mercedes still having some kind of a season and so incredibly consistent. Outside and low, Gindel will face Tannenbaum at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The wind shoving baseballs now away from the right field porch, which Gindel reached earlier. Outside, Tannenbaum goes to his second straight full count here in the 9th inning. He responded by getting Torrance to wrap out sharply to the second baseman. Gindel at 3 balls, 2 strikes, awaiting the offering from Tannenbaum, the right-hander, ready to go. Here's the payoff. He walked him. The Barnstormers collect their 6th walk of the afternoon. Melvin Mercedes has a walk, a double, and a run batted in today. I mean, the guy has hit safely in 21 out of 23 starts. That is sensational consistency. Blake Galen, who has stayed at first base throughout the day, waits on deck. Here's the pitch to Mercedes, and that reaches the outside corner for a called strike. It is 0-1. Barnstormers pitchers have walked 6 in the ball game, so we have a dozen today, 22 last night. Mercedes bounces this back toward the mound, and it eludes the grasp of Tannenbaum. Melvin Mercedes is on. We have runners at first and second with 1 out. Blake Galen 0 for 3 with a walk. And we'll get the ruling on that play. I would score a base hit. Ball fairly sharply back to the box. Could it have been played? Yeah. Was it easy? I don't think so. So 2 are on with 1 out for Galen, who is, as I mentioned, 0 for 3 on the afternoon, though he's cranked a couple out of here foul. It will be an infield base hit for Melvin. Galen takes the ball. Will the Barnstormers be able to close the gap in the 9th inning once again? They've done it the last couple of games. Gindel leads off second, Mercedes off first, and for Blake Galen, a 2-0 count. Trayvon Robinson, the right fielder. I take that back. Clea Luis Rondon, the shortstop, is on deck. Robinson is in the 7 slot in the batting order. To Galen, swing and a miss as Tannenbaum pulled the string on him. It is now 2 balls and 1 strike. Lancaster led 2-0 through the first third of this game, and then it's completely got away. 15-4 in favor of Lexington. They've outscored the Barnstormers 28-12 in the series. The Barnstormers have given up 46 runs in the last 3. Galen fouls it back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gindel is at second. Mercedes at first with 1 out. A strikeout, 2 groundouts for Galen on the day. Here's the 2-2. Blake drives this toward left center field, hustling over is Hawkins, and it's past him, bouncing up against the wall. Scampering around is Gindel. Mercedes is following, and there will be a throw to the plate. Melvin is tagged out. An RBI double to left center field for Blake Galen, but Mercedes is cut down. That you would think would have scored 2 runs. Hawkins, a diving try deep into the alley. He is still down out there. That the ball was recovered and relayed perfectly. Mercedes is cut down at home as a run scores. It's 15-5. Galen ends up at second. And the coaching staff and the training staff looking in on Courtney Hawkins out in left field. But he waves them off. He says he's all right, momentarily dazed. 1 out left for Tannenbaum and the Legends to get this afternoon. But again, the Barnstormers make hay in the 9th inning. Clea Luis Rondon, the scheduled hitter, with Galen in scoring position. but the ability to recover the ball after it ticked up against the left field wall and cut down Melvin Mercedes at the plate. That's the second relay in 2 games that has been absolutely marvelous, turned in by the Lexington Legends. Now, Rondon takes a floater for a called strike. I'm not even sure what that pitch was. 8-6-2 on the putout at the plate on Mercedes. Galen was cut down 8-4-2 last night in the first inning. A second strike on Rondon. It is 0-2. Lexington 1 strike away from finishing off the Barnstormers here this afternoon. A lot of scoring once again. The Barnstormers doing all right offensively. Rondon, ground ball first base, taken by Clay Camp. He'll wave off the moundsman and end the ball game. 3 unassisted. Lancaster with 1 run in the inning on 2 hits, no errors. 1 runner is stranded. Lexington has won 2 in a row against the Barnstormers. The Legends are 15-6 now on the season. The Barnstormers fall with the loss today to 11-13, the 4th straight loss for the Barnstormers, a road-weary club on this trip, a club looking for some answers on the pitching side. We'll have the recap for you of this afternoon's ball game in just a moment. Our final score, the Lexington Legends 15 and the Lancaster Barnstormers 5.
New to Clipper Magazine Stadium in 2021 is Otto's Hospitality. Otto's is totally committed to the fan experience, from quality to convenience to safety. And they are committed to Lancaster, using local food purveyors whenever possible. New menu items like homemade Brauhaus pretzels, Black Angus burgers, and Otto's meatballs are sure to make any Barnstormers game even more fun. Use self-ordering kiosks or your phone instead of waiting in the lines. That's Otto's Hospitality.
Pennsylvanians are creating their own soundtrack. Thanks to PA Lottery Scratch-Offs, excitement's back. Pennies, nickels, dimes, or quarters, no matter your choice, scratching's always in order. With big top prizes and second chance drawings, thrills await. They're out there calling. If it's excitement you seek and you're looking for action, play the PA Lottery. And keep on scratching. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Another lopsided loss handed to the Lancaster Barnstormers. Welcome back from Lexington Legends Ballpark in Lexington, Kentucky. This afternoon, 15-5 in favor of the Legends. 15 runs, 17 hits, 1 error, 9 left for Lexington. The Barnstormers 5 runs on 7 hits with an error, 8 runners left on base. Jeff Thompson, the first reliever in for Lexington today, notching the victory. He goes to 1-0 on the year. Andrew Chatora got 3 really strong innings in at the beginning, and then somehow it all fell apart. He gave up 10 runs in 5 1/3 innings. He is the losing pitcher to fall to 3-2 on the day. Of course, no save in the ball game this afternoon. 3 hours, 30 minutes, the time of our game, 2,360. Here in Lexington on the camp day. The Barnstormers fall 15-5. This one looked promising early. Caleb Gindel on the very first pitch of the afternoon slugged a home run off the canopy in right field. His 7th home run of the year, his 3rd in 3 days. Lancaster would tack on an unearned run in the second inning, singled home by Devon Torrance. It was 2-0. Andrew Chatora breezed through the first 3 innings. Then the 4th rolled around, and from the very beginning of the 4th inning, you sensed trouble. The second pitch was not even close to home plate. It bounced away well past Peroni. Eventually, Courtney Hawkins did walk. He went to second on a pass ball. The following batter, Keon Barnum, also walked. Jordan Pacheco doubled to left, driving in the first run of the game. Roberto Baldequin dumped a single into shallow center field. That was 2 more. It was 3-2. He would score on a triple past the third base bag by Aklinski, the number 9 batter. Then Cole Sturgeon singled into center, driving in the 5th run of the inning, and eventually it was capped off by DJ Peterson's 2-run home run inside the left field foul pole. That made it 7-2. They would score 5 more runs in the 6th inning off Chatora, Rincon, and McCrum. And more bad news as Junior Rincon had to come out of the game with an injury. The leadoff batter in the 6th inning struck out, but then 3 straight hits chased Chatora from the game. Rincon came on through 3 pitches, had to leave. The count was 3-0. McCrum finished off that walk and then allowed a base-clearing double to Keon Barnum to make the score 12-2. Lancaster would get an RBI double from Mercedes, an RBI single from Rondon in the 7th inning. 3 runs came home against Caleb Gindel in the bottom of the 8th on a home run by Baldequin, who had, for the 2nd time by an opposing player on this road trip, a 6 RBI game. LJ Mazzilli had one on Sunday. Baldequin for Lexington has one today. Blake Galen, an RBI double in the top of the 9th. The Barnstormers fall by the score 15-5. That'll do it for us here today. Game 3 of this series comes up tomorrow. Join us at 7 o'clock for more Barnstormers baseball here on the Barnstormers YouTube channel. Now for our head video guy, Ryan Cortazzo, for all the cast and crew back at Clipper Magazine Stadium, anxiously waiting the ball club's return for Friday. And for our presenting sponsor, Gockenauer Appliances of East Petersburg, I'm Dave Collins. Have a great evening, everyone. And come Friday, finally, at long last, we'll see you at the ballpark.